need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I want to have chill streams. No detractor memes, bathroom breaks, playing WWE, relaxing chill session of Street Fighter 3. It's like I'm getting my vibe back from 2017. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. I'm the one who just filed for bankruptcy. I'm the one who didn't pay my taxes. I'm the one. Me. I'm the one who masturbated in front of children. I'm the one who got 4th place at Evo. I'm the one with a 10-year legacy. I'm the one. Me. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill, the condo fees, my mortgage, my taxes, my back taxes, my current taxes, my state taxes, my federal taxes, my tax attorney, my tax guy, my tax accountant, my bankruptcy lawyer, all of my credit cards, my new setup, and a new laptop, PS5, gin, bowl of ramen, WWE champions. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. Hello, everybody. It's Dark Side Phil. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill. Stupid fucking trolls, man. I just want to chill. I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis. Tip me so I could catch up on back taxes, making large stacks, refunding chargebacks, and my lab sounds like act. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I want to have chill streams. No detractor memes, bathroom breaks, playing WWE, relaxing chill session of Street Fighter 3. It's like I'm getting my vibe back from 2017. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really, that money. That money. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. I'm the one who just filed for bankruptcy. I'm the one who didn't pay my taxes. I'm the one. Me. I'm the one who masturbated in front of children. I'm the one who got 4th place at Evo. I'm the one with a 10-year legacy. I'm the one. Me. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really do. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill, the condo fees, my mortgage, my taxes, my back taxes, my current taxes, my state taxes, my federal taxes, my tax attorney, my tax guy, my tax accountant, my bankruptcy lawyer, all of my credit cards, my new setup, the new laptop, PS5, gin, bowl of ramen, WWE champion. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really that money. That money. Hello, everybody. It's Dark Side Phil. I need that money to pay my bills, the electric bill, the internet bill. Stupid fucking trolls, man. I just want to chill. I rock back and forth on the X and Y axis. Tip me so I could catch up on back taxes, making large stacks, refunding chargebacks, and my laugh sounds like act. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here, 50 bitch there, 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really that money. That money. I want to have chill streams. No detractor memes. Bathroom breaks. Playing WWE. Relaxing chill session of Street Fighter 3. It's like I'm getting my vibe back from 2017. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. 50 bitch here. 50 bitch there. 50 bit bitch. Raise your hands in the air. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. I need that money. I really, really do. I need that money. I really need that money. Really need that money. Really that money. That money. I'm the one who operated a successful YouTube channel. I'm the one who just filed for bankruptcy. I'm the one who didn't pay my taxes. I'm the one. Me. I'm the one who masturbated in front of children. I'm the one.
What is up, everybody? This is Gcimena up in this bitch. You guys can hear me okay? Awesome. Let me turn up my volume. There we go. 50-bit bitch. 50-bit bitch. 50-bit bitch. 50-bit there. Put your hands in the air. All right. Today is gonna be an amazing stream. I watched some movies yesterday. I watched about 2 movies yesterday in theater, and I watched a movie and a TV show on Netflix. So yeah, there we go. We got a couple things to review, and I'm all pink like a Kirby. Whatever. I am not going to attempt to fix it because I'm a 50-bit bitch. 50-bit there. Awesome. Put your hands in the air. My laugh sounds like act. I don't know the lyrics of the song. I love that song though. That's an amazing song. If you guys want to know, I am drinking Powerade, sugar-free. I thought I would hate sugar-free Powerade, but once you get used to it, it's actually really good. Unfortunately, I don't have any blue ones anymore because the blue Powerades are amazing. So, yeah, big ups to blue Powerades. Put one in the chat if you like blue Powerade, everybody. So, after we're gonna review these 3 this stuff, we're gonna talk about Phil here at the end of the reviews because, you know, movies, TV. I'm still debating if I want to review the animes that I watch on this stream or on Friday stream, because definitely I want to review Fast X, and Sanctuary. So Fast X, I'm gonna watch that tomorrow, and Sanctuary, I'm gonna watch that on Friday. I know I can't watch both in one day. I can't. I could not score tickets to go see Sanctuary on Thursday or early. It is what it is. So whatever. Then I'll review some anime on Friday. There's a lot of Phil stuff that happened in the past couple days. I was on Raven's channel covering it, but you know, a lot of times we stream so late over there, I just dip out around 5 a.m. and go to bed. Because that's when I normally sleep, and that's the time I always... I don't want to stay up past 5 because it's just my work schedule. It's just my sleep schedule. I need the most sleep that I can get and work, really. That's pretty much it. You saw my thumbnail. One of the movies is called The Mother, but you don't know the other 2 movies that I watch. I'm gonna give you a hint. It's on the list on my community tab. So that's kind of like the movies that and anime that I watched this month, or going to watch this month. So yeah, keep that in mind. All right. Let's go to full screen mode over here. Man, I gotta take a shit, dude. I've been taking shits all day. I guess my stomach flu kind of came back, unfortunately. All right. All right, let's go to the movie reviews. First movie we're gonna talk about is The Mother. I watched it on Netflix. You could stream it on Netflix. It came out on May 10th, 2023. The recording of the video, the recording of the stream. What's today's date, by the way? I don't even know today's date. Is it the 15th? Maybe it is the 15th. Let me look down on my computer. It's the May 17th. So yeah, May 17th. All right. I watched The Mother, I think, on the 13th. It was, the director was Nikki Caro, and it was written by I'm really bad with names. Misha Green, Andrea Burloff, and Peter Craig. Look, Craig's in there. Then stars Jennifer Lopez as the mother, Omari Hardwick as Cruz, and Lucy Perez as Zoe. Cruz is the last name of the FBI agent that plays in the movie, and Zoe is Jennifer Lawrence's daughter. Now, what the movie is about, it stars the mother, Jennifer Lopez. She's an ex-military, and she falls into a criminal organization that mainly deals with, like, weapons and shit. And, she gets pregnant with her daughter, and she wants out, so she turns to the feds, mainly Cruz and some of the other feds that kind of, like, die. And, she ends up saving Cruz's life. Then she gives up, what's it called? She gives up, what's that term called? Trying to think. She gives up custody of her daughter, and the feds promise her a safe life, and Jennifer Lopez's character goes into hiding. And 12 years later, her daughter gets into, her daughter is in trouble, and Jennifer Lopez's character, the mother, goes out of hiding and goes John Wick on everybody's ass. And throughout the movie, she's trying to stop the criminal organizations that's trying to kidnap the daughter and kill Jennifer Lopez's character. You could definitely tell this movie is a Netflix movie. Like, it is not, I wouldn't consider it being a really, really big, high budget movie like you would see in, like, a movie in the movie theaters. However, I thought it was a lot better than most Netflix movies. I skip a lot of Netflix movies because I just know I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much as a movie that comes out on Netflix that was in theaters first, you know. However, this one was decent. I'm not going to say it was amazing. It was decent. It was pretty much straightforward. Um Not a lot of twists and turns. She I'm not going to spoil anything for you, but a lot of cool action scenes, a lot of cool there was a cool chase scene in Mexico. And no, not Mexico, Cuba, and the acting was pretty decent for what it is. Jennifer Lopez is not in a lot of movies, but when she's in a movie, I think a lot of people say that she stands behind the movies that she's in. So there's that. If I were to give it a ranking, I would probably give it a 3 out of 5 because it's good, but it's not great. So yeah, 3 fat faces out of 5. That's my ranking on that. And I forgot to record that. Motherfucker. Well, I guess there goes that video. I guess I could download the stream archive and just take off the video of that. But I'll definitely record the second 2 movie reviews. Okay. Yeah, when it comes to that movie, fuck it, just give it a shot. It's on Netflix. What are you gonna lose? Time? 2 hours? It's not that long, really, compared to like Wakanda Forever. That shit's like almost 3 hours. Let's see. Yeah, so definitely. The next movie we are going to review, making sure I got my notes correct on here. Yes, I'm reading my notes and everything. I have kind of like a baseline script on that I'm following, better than my silo review. So that's what I did last night during Hoodlum Hours. Just wrote some notes down and actor names and all that. So I'm not looking down on my screen all the time. Like I'm reading the names like right now. So like there's this like this movie that I'm about to watch review right now. The director is Thomas uh Buglinski. Oh, I got it right. Cool. Writers Josh Capriel and Matt Stuckman and Kai Murray. Yeah, I see. Like I'm horrible with names. I can't read apparently. So, all right. Hello, everybody. This is G Million up in this bitch, and today we are going to be reviewing the Knights of the Zodiac or Knights of the Zodiac. It is based off a 1996 anime called something Seiya. I forgot the first part and I didn't write it down. Um, Night something Seiya, Knights of the Zodiac, and it's also a manga. So if you want to go to the manga route, there you go. See, I knew it was based off a book, but when I saw it in the theaters, it said Toei Animation. So I'm like, Toei Animation usually deals with anime, and when I came home, did my report, I found out that it was a manga and an anime. So I'm like, okay. So I skimmed through the first episode of the anime. I'm like, ooh, this is rough. It is 1996, but it is rough. And this movie doesn't do a whole lot better. I can tell you that right now. They're trying to make this into a 6-part movie series, and I think the first one kind of like destroyed that dream. This movie is just bad. Oh my god. Oh my god. Director Thomas uh Walensky, writers Josh Campriel and Matt Stoning and Kai Marley. I and then stars. There's three. Actually, there's two main stars you got to look for. Is Seiya. Seiya's the character. Then Makryu is the actor, and Madison Ismoon as Cena. Um, so what the movie is about? The premise of the movie is the goddess Athena is a resurrected as a little girl, and the little girl's name is Cena, and Seiya's character has this ability called has this cosmos ability, like this magical power called cosmos that certain people get, and the people with these type of powers are in charge of protecting Athena, the goddess of war. Now, within the movie, the Athena could either be the goddess of war or the goddess of peace, I think, and she can either protect the earth or destroy the earth. And the family finds a little girl, and it happens to be Athena. However, the mother gets hurt by Athena's powers, and so she runs off, starts this evil organization, and is trying to kill Athena. And the father is trying to protect Athena because the father thinks that she could do good. Then we have Seiya's character. He grew up as an orphan, and he wants to. He's fighting in the octagon ring, like an underground fighting ring, and he discovers that he has this cosmos ability, and the ex-husband finds the main character, and he takes him away to Athena to become the Golden Knight to protect Athena. So pretty much the premise of the movie is his training to ascend to hold the golden armor to protect Athena. That's pretty much the premise of the movie. The problem with the movie that I had was it was kind of boring. The acting was subpar, and there was a lot of really bad pacing. And if you didn't really watch the anime, I don't think you would like understand some of the stuff when it comes to the movie. So there's that issue. We'll see how it goes if they are gonna make any sequels, but this one, like this movie, was pretty damn bad. Like, I could tell you right now, it is a total skip. The music was kind of okay. I did kind of like the soundtrack, but the soundtrack usually does not make the movie. It's like a combination of music, the acting, the cinematography, the action scenes. Some of the action scenes are kind of cool, but like it doesn't make up for most of the movie being bad. So I would say a hard skip, definitely in theaters. If you really want to watch it, just stream it. But I'd recommend just avoiding it. It's a fucking fart in the wind. So I give it 2 farts in the wind out of 5. It is definitely something you could sit through. But you definitely want to skip it. So that's my opinion on that. So take it however you leave it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and give the video a like and subscribe to my channel. All right. See ya. Yeah, Knights of the Zodiac. Boy, that was a rough 2 hours. Definitely a rough 2 hours of the movie. Like, Definitely a rough 2 hours of me just sitting in the theater. I'm gonna spoil a little bit of it right now. Um, she doesn't get her purple hair until the end of the movie, so and it's just like she just acts like a fucking rich ass white girl. So there's that aspect. Alrighty then. Before we move on. Alright, this third movie that we're gonna be talking about is Hypnotic. It's a Ben Affleck movie. It's directed by Robert Rodriguez. Now, out of all three movies, this movie is the freshest in my mind. So yeah. This one was definitely more interesting than Knights of the Zodiac. I definitely enjoyed it a lot more. All right, let's get started up in here. Gotta find my mouse. There it is. Sorry, my mouse is all weird. Like, I had to resize my mouse to make it to like the default size because Streamlabs does not like mouse pointers that are bigger than the default size for some reason. Hello everybody, this is Gmillion up in here. In today's video, we are going to talk about Hypnotic. And it is directed and written by Robert Rodriguez, and there's another writer, Max Bronston. So, yeah. And it stars Ben Affleck as Danny Rourke and Alice Bagra as Fiona Cruz. So, the premise of this movie, Danny Rourke is a detective in Austin, and he lost his daughter in a kidnapping like a year ago, and he's trying to look for her, trying to get her back. However, he doesn't remember what happened, and he takes a case like a bank robbery, and he finds a picture of her daughter, and it has a message on the bottom. I honestly forgot what the message said, so there's that. And the movie is pretty much about them following that message and trying to find that person who took the daughter. There's these people called Hypnotics, and it's a special ability. It's a people with special ability. It's kind of like mind control, where like you like I could tell someone to go sit down, spin around in their chair, and they'll go do it, and I can make people see like certain things. It kind of has like an Inception vibe to it. So they have the main villain does have that ability, and he's the strongest one in that group that has that ability. So they're all going up against him. Uh, so there is a lot of cool action scenes in the movie. It is a cop movie after all, so there's a lot of cool action scenes. There's some cool chase scenes in Mexico. This is where I got Cuba and Mexico all mixed up because almost the same country, I guess. The actors and the performances were top notch, unlike Knights of the Zodiac. I think Ben Affleck's a good actor. He nailed this role out of the park. However, the script kind of was like meh. So the first part of the movie, like the first half of the movie, the one that's kind of straightforward, was really good. Like when he's chasing the bad guy, figuring out this bank robbery and kidnapping scheme and all that. That was cool. But when it started coming to the twists and turns of the movie, which is it does have a couple of them, then this movie starts taking a turn into the wrong direction. Like, okay, yeah, that one turn midway through the movie is fine because you find out that the main character, I can't get into it. Never mind. I just can't get into it. So yeah, I just can't because it'll just completely spoil the movie. So once it gets into the twists and turns in the end of the movie, that's when it starts losing people. Like some of the people in the movie theaters enjoyed it. Like I heard the reactions to it. They're like, "Oh man, this is trippy," blah blah blah. I chose a bad day to go to the movie theaters because both movies, people were talking. Like in Knights of the Zodiac, the fucking kids were talking, and in this movie, we had a bunch of other people talking, and they were sitting pretty close to me. It was kind of annoying, but I'm not here to talk about that. Like I said, near the end of the movie, kind of fell downhill. It's mainly in Act 3 and the mid credit scene. That's when the movie completely lost me. Definitely watch it if you want to watch the beginning part of the movie, and it is a cool concept. They could probably flesh it out better. They could probably do a better job fleshing it out. However, I think they just ruined the franchise. If it is going to become a franchise, they play it off like it's going to be a sequel, but I don't know. I'm done with this. If it is a franchise, I'm done with it. I'll watch it for review purposes. However, I purposely won't be interested in it anymore. They lost me. I'm gonna give this a 2 out of 5. 2 out of 5 butt cheeks, because my butt cheeks were sore after watching these two movies in the theater. All right. Yeah, so that was Hypnotic. If you like this video, please leave a like and hit subscribe. I'm working towards becoming a partner on YouTube, and anything would greatly, greatly, greatly help me. And hopefully you guys have an amazing day. Bye now. Yeah, homie. Hypnotic. Definitely hard skip. All right. Next, we're going to get into Black Knight. Yeah, Black Knight. This is a crazy show. I sent Raven the trailer to the show, and he was like, "Oh fuck, man, this show's crazy. This show looks crazy as heck." He's sitting there playing Tears of the Kingdom. I didn't even write what the show's about because I already know. I already All right, let's do this shit. Let's see. Hello, everybody. This is Gmillion. Welcome to a TV review. This is a full TV review. I reviewed all 6 episodes of this show, and this show is none other than Black Knight. You could stream it on Netflix. All 6 episodes are up right now, and it's really, 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 really good. Yeah. Unfortunately, I couldn't find the directors of the show or the creators of the show. I just know the stars. Okay, this is gonna be a doozy. You guys ready? Kim Woo Mun as 5'8". So, Song Shane Han as Yusak, and Ryu Dek as Sawu. I think that's what it is. I don't know. My thing got all weird, so it could be the other way around. But there's three main actors that you need to There's three main actors that really steal the show. 5'8", Sawu, and the antagonist for the show. They really steal the performances. So what's this about? So if you were to take Death Stranding, South Korea, and Mad Max, and they had an orgy, and there's only one pussy, and all of them creamed in that pussy, and they make one baby, out pops Black Knight. So you have these delivery drivers in a post-apocalyptic world, desert, because a comet hit the world, and it takes place in Korea because it's a K-drama, and the air is toxic. You can't breathe it, so you have to wear these oxygen masks outside. I forgot the technology that you use to breathe the air. And there's these and people live in these underground bunkers. So the upper floors is where the refugees live, and the lower underground areas, that's where the higher class citizens go. And the really high class citizens, like the government people and special class areas, that's where the delivery drivers live and stuff like that. The very, very high class areas kind of look like a modern world that's before it was destroyed. So like you could see like blue skies, actual buildings, and you could see people driving actual cars and shit, like clean, non-rusted cars that hasn't been sitting out in the rotting desert and shit like that. And the main character, Son Woo, he's a refugee. He is hiding out in a major's house, like the major of self-defense. That's what they call. I think that's what it's called, or the defense force. And he wants to become a delivery driver, and there's something happens to one of the other delivery drivers. So he gets to try out to be a delivery driver. And I also forgot to mention that there is a government plot where the president wants to have a separate bunker for a relocation, and they use the same company that built the main bunker to head up the construction of the new bunker. However, the main antagonist does not want any of the refugees in the new bunker. So he constantly has plans to get rid of all these refugees. And it's up to the actual defense force, the actual government, and the delivery drivers to stop this organization from wiping out the refugees. Like the concept is actually pretty cool. I do admit, like the first two episodes are a little slow. So if I were you and you think the first two episodes are kind of slow, I would just watch the third one. Watch the first 3 episodes. If you watch the first 3 episodes, I think you will get hooked. It kind of had the same feeling with me with Silo. By the 3rd episode, I was like hooked. However, the first 2 episodes are more interesting on Black Knight than Silo. So that was actually pretty cool. I can tell you that right there. And the English dub is really good. So if you don't want to have the Korean translations, you'll be fine with the English dub. I just realized my shit's not 60 FPS. Oh well. Yeah. And pretty much the 3rd episode's kind of like a Mad Max type of episode. So that's why I mentioned Mad Max. It was like fucking racing and firefights and shit like that. It's really crazy. And episodes 4, 5, and 6, the series just gets even crazier. Like everything just all comes together by 6 episodes. Now, I was kind of concerned because it was 6 episodes, and I'm like, huh, why is it so short? Did they run out of money? Was it a budget issue? But they were able to get everything done in 6 episodes. So I give them mad props. The show is short, sweet, and straight to the point. I definitely want to watch. Definitely watch it. It is a big 4 out of 5. All right. It if the show hooked me on the first episode, and I was like I said, if the show hit me on the first episode, then it would have been a definite 5 out of 5. But it took almost 3 episodes for me to really, really get hooked into the series. So that's the reason why I'm getting it a 4 out of 5 instead of a 5. All right. Hopefully you like this video, and I will talk to you guys later. Subscribe, and yeah, see you around, guys. All right, so I'm still getting 30 FPS. Huh. I'm thinking it is a, let's see, 1920 by 1080, 1920 by 1080. I bet, how much you want to bet it's in my, it has to be in my Elgato settings. I'm not really concerned because whatever. Yeah, it's whatever. Let's go to Gstreamz. There we go. Yeah, Elgato. I'm gonna turn on my filters for this. We are getting into. Wait a minute. I deleted my filter? Why did I do that? Oh, that's stupid. Why would I get rid of my filters? Okay, there we go. All right, so now we're just gonna have fun with Phil. There we go. Is my shirt? Oh, my shirt's see-through now. Sweet, that's cool. All right, we're gonna do some Snort Burnout. We're gonna do some Snort Hogan. So this is Rich's show on the side scrollers.
Tell you something, brother. Snort, snort, snort. Hogan. Drip. Snort, snort. I got the drip.
Well, let's turn from one fight that could happen to a guy I think you probably also want to fight, and that's Darkside Phil. If that fight came up, would you fight Phil?
No, I don't want to fight Phil. I don't.
That was not the question.
Okay.
He said, "Would you?"
I would fight Phil. I would definitely fight Phil. Hold on. Before I continue this, I need to go into. Everyone's doing their own thing, so I don't think anyone's gonna be in here. I might go to the hoodlum room. Rooms. Oh no, I got kicked out of the hoodlum chat. All right. I'm going to share my screen for anybody who wants to join. There we go.
Not do you?
Because I don't hate Jeremy either. He's really pissed me off before. I used to hate him, don't anymore.
What are you talking about, Rich? You hated that guy. Like, you got pissed off when he leaked your dating profile. You got pissed off when he talked about your family and his house and your house situation. Like, you fucking just you told your stream you despised him. Maybe things changed. I don't know. Like he just said, things could have changed. Who knows?
But I'd like to be in a ring with him. That would be entertaining. Phil is like my show. It's like 90 Day Fiance. It's like, Phil is my 600-pound life. He's my reality TV show. So
he does have a point there.
I don't hate him. He's like a science experiment that you just can't stop staring at.
That seems to be the common theme with pretty much all his viewers and all detractors, is that it's such a train wreck you just can't stop watching.
He has no self-awareness. He has no self-awareness whatsoever.
Yeah, you don't have to tell me that. Jeez.
Shit, Adam knows.
So if the opportunity arose and let's just say Keem was to come to you and be like, hey, listen, I got 50 grand a piece for you. You guys fight. What do you say?
Yeah. For 50 grand, sure.
Yeah, 50 grand. I would fight him too.
Turned down 50 grand before from Keem, so
I have a conspiracy theory as to why.
Oh, tell us more.
Do tell.
I think everything with him in WWE champions is true.
No shit.
I think everyone here believes that as well. If he got a money drop like 50 grand and he started begging again on his streams, that would just be the final nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I agree with Rich on that one. It would be a final nail in the coffin when it comes to the big money gap like that. Like, yeah, like if I got 50 grand and I start begging on stream after the 50 grand, people are gonna be like, yo, what happened? What happened to that 50 grand you just got?
Whereas if he kind of piecemeals the money in bags, he could do the whole I'm in dire straits thing, even though he just spent, someone thinks, like almost $3 grand on WWE. So I think beyond the fact that Phil is socially inept and can't work with other people, which is a big part of it too, if he got a big bag of money, it would be burned
Publicly.
through real quick. Yeah, publicly. If he got a big bag of money like that and it was burned through, he couldn't cry poor anymore.
That's a good point.
I think you're 100% right. And the funniest part about it is I think he wants the money so bad, but if he takes it, he'll get caught up, like you said, because it'll be gone in a heartbeat. Because he can't help but to spend it on that.
Yep.
Or the government would want it, because he probably owes that.
That's a good point too.
He basically admitted to tax fraud on our show. So just kind of weird.
I think that
he probably doesn't know that he admitted
makes
tax
a ton of
fraud.
sense, except for the fact that I don't think he thinks that far ahead, because when you ask him, you say, what does the next 6 months look like for you? Would you have a business plan? He goes, nope. Like, he's not thinking about he's not thinking about the consequences of this. What does it make? What does it look like if somebody hands me 50 grand to do a show or a fight or whatever it may be? I don't know. I just don't think he thinks that far in advance. And I think everything you said sounds way too logical. And it's a good theory, but just based off of the track record, it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But
with him, yeah, it doesn't, because you saw, it was amazing watching like that. I ended up getting less sleep because I saw you on. So I'm like, oh shit, I have to watch this. And you saw the Phil brain filter where you type one thing and he literally sees something else.
Yeah, that is exactly what it is. And I love it how Phil says, I am paraphrasing here, because he doesn't want to read the actual message.
Like, I like, what are you like? He did that to me with an email. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I showed it on my stream. Like, how did you get that from that? And it's just like, it's like frustrating and baffling. It's like, how do you like? He literally thought Critical was saying, wow, he was so brave for streaming after he masturbated. Like, no, dude, he wasn't. He was being sarcastic. Like, how did you even take it as that?
It's one of them things. It doesn't happen immediately too with Phil. It takes a minute for it to like transmute to this other thing. Because at first he said exactly what Craig said on his stream. And then as his opinion changed, he like morphed reality. And I always call it, he lied to himself so much until he convinced himself it was true.
Yeah, that is Phil in a nutshell, because Phil would just say some shit, then 2 months later, he'll change the narrative. 2 months later, change the narrative, and Phil will believe it. His dent will never catch on to it. However, we have records of everything that Phil says on his stream. We don't have records of everything. We may have to follow through. Like me personally, I would have to say, like, did he say that on another stream? And they'll come back and say, yeah. I'm like, and you'll catch it once you start watching Phil. You'll start catching shit like that.
And now it's his reality. You know,
well,
what I mean?
people living with delusions often do that to them. In their head, they're reliving something, and every time they relive it, they alter it slightly to favor themselves. Yeah. And you could see this with Phil very clearly, how much that he will. It's because he's on a stage trying to convince his audience that he's the victim. Like, I need these people to believe that I'm the victim, so I'm going to keep retelling the story, and eventually I'm going to get to this point where I am the victim. I am the victim now. I truly
Phil
believe
is a
I'm the
professional
victim. I
victim.
really think Phil believes that we wanted to shit on him in our interview.
Right
now, like thinking 2 months ago, like he was telling us how fair it was and how he was totally fine with it, and that it was a great interview and he enjoyed it and was looking forward to coming on again. Like,
you know what it was, Adam? It was the morning after, when you guys did your after show or your decompression stream, and you guys shat on him. Well, I don't think you guys shat on him, but you guys were giving him hard truths, and you read all the super chats, and you made $2,000 compared to his 200. So there's that. I think that's the main reason why Phil turned against you. And most of us knew that Phil was going to turn against you regardless after this interview. So Phil wanted you guys to kiss his ass, and you didn't.
How did you go from that to this? Oh, right, because you couldn't victimize yourself to beg for more money from the audience.
I think,
right, dude.
He was hoping. Oh, I'm sorry to cut you off.
Go ahead, Rich. It's you, baby.
He was hoping that this, when he came on Side Scrollers, because he was a fan of Craig, that from Screw Attack, that it was going to be like a softball interview, like you were going to ask him just about games and stuff like that. No, Phil, they're going to, whatever your brand is, just like you brought up the cucumber shit before. That's part of my brand. You're to interview someone, you're going to ask about the stuff that's relevant with them. 95% of Phil's brand is begging. You're going to ask about that. You can't just skirt over it,
Well, the first 5 minutes of the show, he was talking about how he wanted that interview to be that one that would clear all of the confusion up. All of the detractors can go watch that interview and
yeah, I remember hearing Phil say that. If you want to know something, go watch this. It will clear everything up. And Phil dug his own grave even deeper.
Have it all figured out and everything's going to be squared away. And it's like, dude, he just dug a deeper hole. And the detractors were all sitting out there just laughing. They're like, see, we told you, watch Adam Craig in real time turn into one of us. I mean, that's what it felt like. Because I was just like, I'm not taking that. Dude.
It's funny. He literally turned a ladder into a shovel. That's what he
Right,
did.
right.
Literally.
Well, I think
that
the thing
that's
for
pretty
me
much what it is.
You know, when I reached out to Phil, it was meant to be just like a appearance, just be on the show. We'll talk about some gaming stuff, whatever. And then obviously it became larger than that. And then it was like, well, let's have this interview and let's what I told him was let's address the elephant in the room. And he was like, what elephant are you talking about? And that should have been my first like, oh,
That should have been your
aha
first red
moment.
flag right there, baby
Right.
girl.
And
Red flag, yeah.
so we went in and did the interview and I think in Phil's defense, I think what Phil is upset about, it's not the interview itself. It's the day after where we decompressed, because that's the one thing that
I decompressed
well,
because I had
we
to
all
leave.
did. We all
True,
did. Because
but
we
we
didn't-
weren't able to all talk together, right?
Correct. And that's the
Right.
one thing that Phil in his brain, he sees one broadcast to another and he thinks that we spoke to each other in between then about what happened. And that's not the case. We
Right.
saved it for the next day. And so we did the interview and then we actually talked about the interview the following day, which I think is a very natural thing to do.
Yeah, a lot of people do it. You know what Phil did? After the interview, he went on his stream and talked about the interview. So Phil did the exact same thing. Then he's all pissy that they fucking did it the next day.
It was a
especially-
5-hour interview.
Right.
There's always an after show. Like there's shows that do after shows all the time.
We have one on Patreon every single day. We do a Patreon post show every single day, but it's different because Adam had to leave. He was getting ready to eat. And
Yeah, because 5 hours, bro. I think they're Central Time. I don't know if it's 1 or 2 hours ahead. So, like, he's hungry.
it gave us an opportunity to kind of dig into it. And he felt that we dug into him too hard, and he wasn't there to defend himself. And
That's bullshit. They gave him plenty of times to defend him. There are times, if you watch the interview, they stopped and said, Phil, are you okay? Do you want to continue? And Phil says, yeah, let's go. I'm okay.
And I don't think that that's very reasonable at all. He's like, well, Barbara Walters wouldn't do that. Why would Barbara Walters would have never done that? First off,
Did
like
he say that?
it was something. Well, I don't know if he said Barbara Walters, but it was
Walters.
something along those lines. But he was
Walter Cronkite would have never done that to him.
right. And it's like Barbara Walters didn't have a daily podcast to talk about things, and like
Right.
And Barbara Walters didn't have on people who masturbated on the internet either.
That is a very valid point.
Well, he's upset about the next day, and he felt that we dug into him too far. And as I showed in the emails, I was very transparent with him. Hey, man, we're frustrated. We came into this, and the thing about talking about it, giving us a day to think about what happened, I think that made us more angsty going into that next day. To talk about, it, be like, man, that was really frustrating. And I was nothing but transparent with Phil the entire time, and it shows in the emails. And the thing that drove me most crazy was the fact that I showed these emails, and I showed him talking, then I showed the emails that were sent, and I don't know how. Like, it just goes back to the idea of like, I don't know how you can tell Phil, like, go like, look, this is a Sharpie marker, and he's like, no, actually, it's a blue crayon,
Yeah, that's Phil right there.
And
you can't convince him otherwise. He
Yeah.
sees the blue crayon, and there is nothing. God himself could come down and say, Phil, that is a black Sharpie. Be like, no, it's not.
Right. And what's fascinating is that was meant to be a one-time thing. And I have accepted the idea that side scrollers will be connected to DSP for a good while. And I think that's, it's not a bad thing at all. Like I said, I think a lot of the detractors, not all of them, but I think a lot of the detractors and people who watch Phil on a day-to-day basis, they watch him with good intentions, and that they honestly, like I said, not all, most. I think most want Phil to succeed, but
I think on that being said today, they did a poll and it was about 20-80. So 20 people wanted Phil to succeed and 80% didn't. I kind of am rooting for wanting Phil to succeed, wanting Phil to get help, but I know he's not. So, like, what can I do? He's not going to watch us. He's not going to listen to us. He's not going to listen to his fan base. He's not going to listen to his family. And I'm at the point where I'm just watching this train wreck. So, yeah. I think if more people voted, I think it would be more like a 70-30 split, where 30% want people to see Phil succeed. That's just my thoughts.
They can't stop watching him because he just keeps getting in his own way. And had I known we'd have 2 months of content out of this one interview, I mean, Jesus Lord.
Yeah,
I mean,
welcome to Phil. I could like. Here is the thing that people like, because Phil's like, "Oh, Rich, you're riding my coattails." Like, look, I always get content from Phil because Phil just trips over himself multiple times a day on a daily basis. But if Phil left the internet, I would be okay. But he just
Same here. If he left the internet, I'll just stick with movies and TV reviews, and then just go on my merry way. I didn't get 500 subs based on Phil. Nah, I earned those subscribers. You know, it is what it is. It's no, I didn't start off as a detractor channel. So yeah, all 500 subs are not Phil related content. Some of them are, but not most of them.
is just fascinating. Like I said, he's like a show to everybody. I don't want to see Phil fail, but I kind of am indifferent either way. Maybe that sounds fucked up, but he's just.
Well, I said this yesterday. If the drama were to disappear, DSP would disappear.
Yes.
He would.
Yeah, Phil needs us more than we need him.
Go into a small little corner of the internet and continue to beg, and the people who follow him now and actually still support him somehow would stay there with him, sure, but on the minds of the average internet, is probably not on the mind of the average internet user or
No, he's not. He has a small fan base, and when people bring it up, then someone might say, "Oh, he's still on the internet," and move on.
internet enjoyer, I should say. But in certain circles, everyone knows about DSP. I mean, I didn't know about him until Craig told me we were going to interview him, but
and
I
it's
still kind of wish I didn't.
And it's because of the shit show. And if the shit show goes away, and here's the thing: even if Phil wakes up tomorrow and he's self-aware, he's not funny. So the audience that tunes in for his humor that he does without even realizing it, they would go away because Phil would he would have like his yuck jokes, and people would be like, "Yeah, this is boring now. You're self-aware. Goodbye." So he still makes a living because the fact that he lacks self-awareness.
Yeah.
The craziest part about the whole thing was Adam and Craig told him their opinions before we cut that interview. Everything we said the next day, they said to his face. Okay,
Yeah. Pretty much.
only
True.
people that didn't was me and Blabs, but that's because we were busy working, doing other things. Okay, and now, of course, we're gonna say our opinion, but our opinion wasn't like so different than Adam and Craig's opinion. So like,
I think I said like two things. That's
exactly. What did we say that was so offensive the next day? Nothing. That
I mean,
wasn't already said.
To be fair, I was rather sharp because I had lost all my patience through the.
Yeah. I would have lost my patience interviewing this guy for 5 hours and sitting there listening to him lie to your face.
5 hours. By the end of that 5 hours, I was so exhausted and fucking hungry that if I didn't get some food in me, I would have. I don't know. I probably would have snapped at him because I was just getting fed up with being fed lies. Like, I don't have patience for that shit. I'm almost 40. I've dealt with fucking liars in my life, and I don't have fucking time for that shit. Like, nah. If you're gonna fucking bullshit me, like, get the fuck out of my life. I don't need to deal with that shit.
But-
and this is a professional liar here.
I
So
think
all
it
I was doing
politeness.
was just all I was doing. Well, I was being polite to him.
Right.
Me and Craig gave
Yeah,
him
they were
every
being polite.
opportunity
Mhm.
there is in existence to clear his name, like he said he wanted to do. But all he was really trying to do is just convince the world that he is correct, that his lies, that his delusional world that he has built up around himself with has a barrier between him and the detractors. This is the little bubble that you must believe. That's the only thing that matters to him. That's all he wanted, was to convince us to believe him. And I
He
was like, I
want-
wasn't having it.
He wanted this interview that he had with Side Scrollers to be an advertisement, not an interview.
Yeah, he wanted Craig's audience to go to Phil's channel. That's all it was. And Phil wanted Craig and Adam to give him softball questions, like how the quartering did.
That's correct.
Well,
That's
I
true.
heard that. I heard that continuously. When people were like, "Why would all he's looking to do is grift off your audience and expose your audience to what he does, so they'll come over and give him money." I heard that from, I don't know, probably a dozen times from different people, and they're like, "Why are you doing this?" Right? And so I think that may have been an objective, but at the end of the day, once again, isn't that ultimately like why you appear on shows, right? Is to talk about things and expand your audience and cross.
He's not wrong there. Like, you interview someone, you introduce them to your audience, and hopefully, some of them will go over there. Then Craig will go on a different channel, and some of their audience will go over to Craig's channel. It happens.
Yeah,
I mean,
duh.
I get it from that perspective, right? By the way, I do have a poll up in the chat, and this is for everybody because, like I said, I thought the majority a majority of people want what's best for Phil.
Oh, wow.
I am wrong. It says, detractors, do you ultimately, in your heart of hearts, want to see DSP succeed? Right now, 2 out of 3 people, 67% say no.
I'm indifferent. I just want to see what happens. I don't wish him ill will, but it's just whatever.
I voted yes. I voted yes because I want everyone to succeed. I want everyone to live a happy, successful life. I don't want anyone else to be delusional and lie about themselves to themselves. I want everyone to be able to see reality and level up in life. I think that should be a general feeling amongst humans, and we have lost that shit. It is all about me, everything.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Everything's it's just a selfish world. No one gives a shit about help. I don't want to say no one, because there's some real ones out there that will help anyone that needs it. Okay, and we're seeing it, right? And so I don't want to lose. I'm not losing faith in humanity, but I do feel that society is built, advertisements is built, the algorithms are built to help you spend money on yourself and reinvest in yourself, which isn't necessarily bad. I'm not saying being everyone should be selfish a little bit. You got to be a little selfish to take care of your health. You got to be like, I'm selfish. I want to take care of me first. Like, you got to clean your house before you judge others, right? That's what Jordan.
Yeah, like it's like this. You gotta love yourself before you love others. Like, you gotta be kind to yourself before you be kind to others. Just shit like that. Like, be happy about yourself before you be happy about others. Take care of your house before the help of others. That's why on this might be a bad analogy, like whenever you go on the airplane, please put on your own mask before you start helping others. Bullshit like that. Because you got to make sure you're safe before other people are safe. I don't know. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but I'm sorry.
Peterson saying people don't like him, but I don't care. He's right. You should have your own shit in order before you start judging others, right?
Yeah.
It's like you got to be a little bit of selfish for that. But then
It doesn't matter who said it. That's a valid point.
Exactly.
The general thought in the chat is like, yeah, you're right, Adam, except for Phil. Right?
I think that people
that's
have
the
reached a
exception.
limit with Phil. But
Yeah,
when we
I feel
were
like you don't
talking,
give too much.
when we were talking earlier about him when you go on other shows to cross promote and all that, I think there's an element of that. See, in what Rich said earlier, he wants to go on and shape his reality. So if he gets in
Yes.
front of eyes, right? The more eyes he gets in front of and get to believe just 10% of what he's saying, 10% here, 10% there, 10% there. Now he's shaping his own reality to these people. And if he can start it off as these people who said this are liars, and that's the perspective that people are first.
When more people have eyes on Phil, he shakes. He tenses up. He gets nervous. During that time where they had the view bots where he got up to like 1,000 viewers, he pulled the bus over and got to the point where he was nervous before he realized it was bots. So I think he's right in smaller numbers, but he is definitely right about in front of like in front of certain amount of eyes he can start brainwashing people. Like we call it pignosis. So he could start brainwashing people into believing his shit.
Introduced to him as, now he's shaping it as a positive thing for him in his mind. I think that's why he did this.
Well, I think that this is a conversation that will continue till the giant atom bomb is dropped, and then we all are nuked because it's such a fascinating thing. And
He definitely. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
no,
off.
continue, Rich. Go ahead.
He definitely can use therapy. But
Yes.
if someone said for him to get these, like,
He needs therapy. Therapy can be good for you. It helps.
I can't. I work too much. I'm like, Phil, shut you.
Take a day off, Phil. He's self-employed, but like there's a reason why you get 2 days off in a week, so you can decompress.
You can't get the therapy like I couldn't get to the gym. Like, don't stop. You can get there. You know, it's just that you don't want to have that mirror put in front of you. And I understand, but you need it, dude.
I'm going to read a definition real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wondering if I should read the definition before I tell you guys what it is. I am.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell me who this is. False beliefs about one's power, wealth, intelligence, or other grand traits that are not true. People who experience this have a high self-esteem and insist on their importance, despite proof that says otherwise. It can be the result of a psychosis or a break from reality, which is often a defining symptom of severe mental health disorders like schizophrenia or bipolar disorder.
I'm gonna say narcissism. That's just my thought without watching this video, because I think I fell asleep like midway through the video. So
It can also be a quest in divinity, original sin 2. That is the definition of delusions of grandeur.
oh, totally wrong.
You mean
Okay.
grandeur?
You mean grandeur?
Grand
I don't.
old
Yeah,
door.
I don't think Phil was
Grandeur.
saying that to joke. I think he really.
I think so too. I think he
'cause I-
really means
Like he says Twitter. I don't know why he says it like that, but he says Twitter.
Yeah,
Twitter.
Twitter or Meticore. Meticore.
No, I'm telling you, he thought that's how you say grandeur.
Well,
no, but-
because I watched his.
But
stream.
regardless though, the definition is exactly what I was thinking. He really believes he's got this high sense of self that he is above reproach.
Well,
Like you can't test him. You can't question his worldview. It is truth. And then if you question it, that fight or flight will trigger in him. And I said it during the show to his face. I said, I'm shocked you're still here. I'm honestly props that you're still here dealing with with this pushback right now because he rolled with it. And I was giving him props the next day when we were shitting on him, right? I was actually giving him props. I'm like, I can't believe he stayed through all of me pushing back on him because I didn't stop. I didn't, go light on him. I was freaking press X. I was slamming the X button for doubt.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to the meme makers out there.
So isn't this the perfect example? He pronounces a word a certain way, and it's right regardless if the rest of the world says he's wrong. The entirety of the internet, everybody, his teachers, everybody who's ever taught him in life, every TV show that's ever said grandeur, every movie, they're all wrong, but
That's
Phil
the
is
beauty.
right.
That's the beauty of
Yes.
what he's actually saying is
Yes.
pronounced wrong. It's
Is
actually
that?
that's the false belief that
Yes.
you've got. That's your false belief of intelligence.
Yes.
You're
The perfect example.
it's hilarious.
Literally.
Hilarious.
I'll tell you what, if everybody wouldn't mind while you guys are watching, doing us a favor, hit the thumbs up button while you guys are watching. Right now we have 269 thumbs up. If we get to 500, Rich said he'll be blowing bubbles for everybody, which would be really
Out of a cucumber.
Yeah. Hollow out the cucumber and blown bubbles out of it.
He's gonna
And he
suck a
hollowed it
hole
out with
through
his
it,
tongue.
and then
He did it with his tongue. He told us before the show. I know I said I wasn't going to tell everybody, but I'm excited.
And if you guys are new to the show, we do the show every single Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. Hit the subscribe button. We'd love for you guys to join us. Coming up today at 1 o'clock in about an hour from now, I'm going to continue my Mario Funathon. I'm in the process of playing through every mainline Mario game. We're on Mario 3, moving on to Mario World. I'd love for you guys to join us in about an hour from now once this show is complete.
I know. Fun fact: I never beat Mario 3.
All right. I'll tell you, let's get to some super chats because we got a lot of folks coming in and there's a lot of really good talking points from here. So let's go and read these off.
Well,
Dax says,
I
"Hey,
think it's
everyone,
just
will you
all
be
super
discussing
chats right
DSP?"
now.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Who's that?
Vanguard says meaningful content, Rich level 42, Phil level 1. What do you think of that meme, Rich? I think that's one of the best metaphors ever for that. I think that you can talk about Keemstar all you want, but I think he nailed that metaphor.
Yeah, because Phil is
Chance to
his
punch
own
Ethan
worst
Klein in
enemy.
his
Like
fat fucking head, right? So I'm like doing sit-ups. I
Here we
made
go.
a little Twitter video and I posted it, and he changed his mind like in 15 minutes and blocked me again.
Because he
And then
realized he was going to get punched in the fucking face.
Yeah.
How
And
far
then
back is this?
He said on his podcast multiple times, "Oh, I wouldn't want to platform Keemstar. I wouldn't want to platform." It makes no sense because the motherfucker's talking about me.
All right, welcome on out. Good to see you guys. Thanks
There
so
we
much for
go.
finding me wherever you're tuning in, whether it's Twitch.tv.
I'm about like 10, 15 minutes behind.
.com/@SideScrollers Podcast. Welcome. Good to see you guys. We got a great show tonight, and I really don't want to waste any time. I'm going to bring him right in. It's Keemstar. Hello, Keem. How are you?
What up,
What's Craig?
Keemstar?
Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate you coming on, spending some time, bud.
Sorry about yesterday. We had plans.
Look, just little
Yeah.
background, little background for
Keemstar
folks.
is busy.
Yesterday, I
He
tweeted
got
out,
his Diet Coke and
I was talking about
everything.
I was gonna have you on, and I said, hey, halfway, Keem DME said he's halfway drunk. So and you followed up, and like I totally understand, man. Totally understand. How'd it go yesterday? Did you have fun?
Oh, we had a great time. We were 18.
Dude, look at
we
that.
Went to the bar. I haven't had a real celebration since the Wings and Boogie fight. So this was our first okay, let's go get lit.
Well, let's talk about that, man. So first off, I appreciate you being on time. It's rare that a lot of people, when you ask somebody to come on, they actually get here before, which I really appreciate that. So thanks for that. So let's talk about this, man. So you had the big Wings Boogie fight that just happened. It was over in London. Talk about that whole process, man, because that was taking place over in London. I know you were essentially hired to do the pre-show and the prelims. Is that right?
Yeah, I've been involved in influencer boxing since the very beginning, on Drama Alert. I would instigate the fights, kind of set up the fights behind the scenes.
Oh, okay. I see. I didn't know.
founded
This is all
company
news
called
to me.
Misfits, which is taking the whole influencer boxing thing to another level. It's really serious and it's getting really competitive over there. And they're missing the internet part of it, right? They're missing the influencer part of it because it's getting so competitive. We're seeing the same guys over and over again, and their skill is getting better and better. And it's we're missing the internet. So I've been on them for a while about letting me do pre-shows and involving this certain person. Like I was able to get Sam Hyde on Misfits and do certain things like that. We had Ice Poseidon over there, and each one of them has been so positive. They trusted me with the prelims, and I wanted to break the internet. And the first thing I could think of was Wings versus Boogie. So I reach out to both of them, and they're down. And after I put out this tweet that we're in talks of making this thing happen, then reality sets in like, holy shit, like this could never happen. They're not going to pass their medicals. Wings is not going to get on a plane. Boogie's never been in a fight in his life. Like, this is just not going to work, right? But you have to
he's right about that.
Keep believing that this thing is actually going to happen, even though in the back of my head, I'm like, this is not happening. And it happened. It fucking happened. It was hell, Craig. All right.
We didn't know, like, because Wings was like delaying signing the contract. He's like, oh, I'm gonna sign it, and like we didn't know when he was gonna actually do it.
You're calling them every day. You're like, are you doing cardio? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? You're on their ass. Wings has to like get in a fucking taxi and go somewhere in London, and he's like, I don't know how to do that. Oh, I have to get on a train. Like what? It's like so many little problem solving that I would have to do every single day to make this thing happen. During the commentary, I was like, I did it. Holy shit. Like I had this moment in my head, like, I can't believe this is happening.
Do you feel like it was worth it?
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God, yes. I think
go ahead.
I don't know of a better fight to set up that would have that response. And here's why. Not only did the old school YouTubers like us like get involved in it, right? You know, you also had the young kids that are seeing these guys for the first time. They became fans. The mainstream media ate this up. Like
oh really? I didn't know about this.
Just search Wings and Boogie and then hit the little news tab on Google. They loved it. And then on top of that, I had no idea. It was never my plan. But after it was said and done, the next day, people were asking me about the Guinness World Record. I'm like, what are you talking about? There has never been a sanctioned fight by a boxing association with people that big, ever. Like, it's a Guinness World Record. So that's the next thing we're working on.
Where you want to get a bigger fight, or you want to validate the world record?
The world record. We got to get the world record.
Yeah.
So
work on that.
Boogie. We dropped
my dad's in the Guinness Book of World
actually,
Record.
We had Rich from Review Tech on, who is live streaming this. He's co-streaming this right now on his channel. So hey, Rich.
Hey, I'm co-streaming this
Rich
too.
on, and during the show, you guys tweeted out that the Rich versus Jeremy from the quartering fight is going to happen.
Both are in verbal agreements right now. And
okay, so verbal agreements.
Jeremy's
things can change.
Serious. Rich is taking it serious. And yeah, I mean, it seems like it's going to happen, but that's another scenario. Like, I don't know Jeremy as a fighter at all, right? He had that one guy hit him, he sued him, right? That whole debacle. And Rich, I don't know if he's a fighter. Like, it's one of these things that also seems impossible.
Like, I don't know if he's a fighter,
but if they're
like,
both,
I don't know if they're both all talk.
You know, publicly saying like, we're doing this. Now it's not just like, you know, you're fighting with yourself, whether you're not going to do it, but it's also your fans that are now counting on you.
Do you, I get that. I get all that. And I'm sure, I feel like, now I was watching Rich's stream earlier and he was high as a kite. So we'll see how seriously he takes it. But I believe in you, Rich. I will say this: Wings looked like a powerhouse, and obviously he was cutting through butter. Do you have any plans to bring Wings back for another fight?
100%. Like, we need to see him. He needs to be like a thing. Like I told him, I'm like, you're like a boxing superstar right now. And I know that seems like a joke saying that, but he is. He has a fucking world record for being, you know, in this thing. Let me give you some backstory of
okay,
Wings.
backstory. Here we go.
Sure,
here we go.
Everyone listening to this probably knows this story, but for those of you that don't, I've known Wings forever. He was like the second person online that I ever got in a fight with. So I started in 2009, and like later that summer, I'm fighting with this guy, Wings of Redemption, and he doxed me, and it was the whole thing on Gcimena. And so I've known this guy forever. But he founded this podcast called PKA with FPS Kyle, and
I saw your tweet about that. They want him back.
Yeah. So Keem talked about this on one of Tipster streams. So this is how I know about the story.
The fans want him back now.
Woody joined, and they were planning a camping trip or something. Wings didn't show up, and they got so upset and they kicked him off. And that's gone at Wings for years. And the PKA fans, they're constantly picking on him, and the current hosts are constantly over the last decade just shitting on him nonstop. After this fight, you go to the PKA subreddit, and it's like a Wings fan page, and they're actually talking shit about the other host, and they're demanding them back. So, this has been such a positive thing in Wings.
Honestly, if I were Wings, I wouldn't go back because I don't know, like no, you kicked me off, so fuck you guys. I'm gonna do my own thing.
And I really, really think that the boxing community, the response that I got from them, they were like, we need to see this again. Bring Wings back. So he absolutely has to. But
You know what would be cool?
I want him to fight Tipster. Tipster's been putting out some tweets. He's been pissing me off. Tipster's on this new woke thing, and I just want to see.
Yeah, fuck fuck Tipster.
Okay, so we're definitely gonna see Wings fight again, which is great. We got
You know what I want to see? I want to see Wings fight the winner of the Rich versus Jeremy fight. That's what I want to see.
Rich and Jeremy coming up. I think the one question there's two. As I asked folks what to ask you tonight, people wanted to know, number one, would you ever get in the ring?
That's what I want to know
only
too.
Fight one person, Ethan Klein.
Oh, Ethan, huh?
That is the only person I would get in the ring with. Look, dude, it's a lot of effort and hard work to get in the ring and to do a boxing match. Like, I see what my guys have to do to make sure they can, win. And sometimes they don't. Even though you can prepare as much as possible, you could still have an embarrassing loss. I mean, it's a lot to it. That's why I said to Boogie and Wings at the very beginning of this, I was like, look, it's hard to get respect on the internet. It is. It's like near impossible, especially nowadays. But if you step in that ring, people will respect you. So yeah, I forgot where I was going with that point, but
so let me ask you this. Ethan would never do it, right?
No, Ethan's a bitch. He won't do it.
You're just saying that because, it's like there's no way in hell Ethan Klein would ever fight you.
Before Creator Clash 1, iDubbbz was putting a lot of pressure on Ethan to do it. So he unblocks me on Twitter and he jumps in my DMs and he's like, do you want to do this? And I'm like, yes, I want to do it. I was so excited. I'm going to get a chance to punch Ethan Klein in his fat fucking head, right? So I'm doing sit-ups. I made a little Twitter video and I posted it. And he changed his mind in 15 minutes and blocked me again.
Because
he's a bitch. He won't do it.
And he said on his podcast multiple times, "Oh, I wouldn't want to platform Keemstar. I wouldn't want to platform." It makes no sense because the motherfucker's talking about me all the time about every little thing. It's he's just a joke. He doesn't want to box, and that's fine. There's plenty of people that have called me out to box. I don't want to box them, so it is what it is, I guess.
All right. Well, that's unfortunate. I think it'd be fun to see, but let's just be real. I think half the internet probably most of the internet wants to punch Ethan Klein anyways, right? So
yeah,
you're not alone. You're not alone. Yeah. And the other guy people want to know, and this is going to lead into a giant spiral.
Here we go. Here we go.
What do you think it would take to get Dark Side Phil in a ring?
I don't know.
And would you do it? What would it
He
take?
doesn't even know.
What's the line that you would cross to get DSP in a boxing ring?
The thing is I actually understand the value of Boogie 2988, and I understand the value of Wings Redemption, and I understand the value of Darkside Phil. I do. They have value. They absolutely have value, but it's not being used the right way. This boxing match was a perfect example of, look, they're lolcows. We'll throw them in a ring, and now everyone's entertained. They love it, and they love them for doing it, right? But he doesn't trust me. So I don't know. If I'm offering you $50,000 and you can't get on the phone call, right? You can't just communicate with me. I don't know what it would take. It would be near impossible.
Yeah, you're not going to convince
that's
Phil.
Part of the reason why I'm trying to
I'm just letting you know right now
and go through and do this documentary on him is because I want to know who this guy is, because I really don't know. He's a liar. He lies about so much stuff. He was on your show and he was clearly lying, right? It's like there's this documentary on YouTube where, you know, they have all the bank records of somebody broke into his bank or whatever. And it's just like, bam, bam, all this proof that he was buying the wrestling skins or whatever on the mobile game. And he's up here, oh, that's not my account. I don't do that. Like,
That's
there's
bullshit.
a recording of him saying to his stream that he was addicted to this game. Like, there's so much evidence. And we're talking about like a gambling addiction. So why couldn't he just say in that moment, yes, that was me. I had a problem. I fixed it. Like, I don't know.
We've said this a lot. We said this, like somebody pointed this out in the chat. They said, you guys gave him a golden ticket and he ripped it up. You gave him and he spat on it. So, well, you alluded to this, but I want to go over to, I was on a podcast called That Being Said earlier today, and they really wanted me to get more information about this.
Oh, what up, Revy?
Which you alluded to, but you said you've set up interviews with DSP and family. We're going to get to the bottom of this. And unlike him,
it's
they
the
like
Netflix
money.
documentary,
so tell me more.
and I think
what is
it
this
is
about? And you mentioned the documentary.
Well, I'm a little behind because I caught in
you're
10 minutes
obviously
late.
going through with it. So tell me more.
And I'm streaming right now, so no gamer words, please.
Series or whatever. It's got to be like Tiger King, right? It's
But
like it's such an interesting.
So I was gonna be here for a second. So
and I think that's why people are
he
so
wants
obsessed
it to
with
be like
DSP
the
is 'cause
Tiger
he's
King.
so interesting. Like he does.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen the Tiger
opposite
King, so I don't
in
know.
Every scenario that he should do.
Okay,
And you're just like you're.
Oh, are you talking
stumped,
about?
Like, at some
Is he
of
talking
his
about the
moves
wings and the
how he
PKA stuff right now?
acts. And you're like, is this a?
In my video, he started talking about Phil, and he says something about the documentary. Then you popped in.
Okay, yeah, that's
real
where the Tiger
person.
King stuff comes
And
in.
I'm
Oh,
so
okay.
curious to find out who is the actual person, because I see him on his stream and he's like, we're gonna have a fun time today and we're gonna play some games. This is gonna be some amazing entertainment and da da da. Like he's talking to millions and millions of people, but the truth is he's barely making it. And when opportunities come to
Is
help
he
him
free
in his
streaming this as
career,
well, or is he
he
still
shuts them
doing
all
Resident Evil?
down. I mean, I don't think I've
Still
ever
Resident
seen
Resident
him
Evil 4.
talking
Oh,
to
okay.
another YouTuber other than another YouTuber other than your show. He doesn't even communicate with the outside world. It's like the weirdest thing, and I want to get to the bottom of it. I want to talk to people that know him in real life. So, you know.
Yeah. What I want to know is, who did you
That's
get?
the thing. I think we broke him. You know, our interview broke him, and it wasn't necessarily our interview. It's that we talked about it the next day, and
Yeah.
I was. I don't know if you
Exactly.
know the whole backstory behind this, but I sent him an email just saying like, we do not trust what you said. There's so much that doesn't make sense in what you said. But we'd obviously love to continue the conversation. And here's the thing, like I personally want what's best for him. I want him to get to level 2, as you say, right? I think that would be a great human interest story if he found a way to take that next step in his career, after being at the same level for 18 years. But I truly don't think he wants it. And I think that he is, as been pointed out many times, he has his own bubble. And I think that our interview and just kind of laying things out directly in front of him as clear as possible pushed him further into his bubble. And him leaving that bubble scares him.
Yeah. And all his lying, the fact is that he's still lying and everything. And if a lot of this stuff comes out, it's just going to damage him.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like this. He's like got a king complex or something. Like when he's on his stream, he is the one in charge. All right. You say something he doesn't like, you're gone.
Yeah. Ban. You're gone.
Right. Certain people get shout outs and da da da. And he's, we're going to wear the vest if you donate that money. And he's in full control. As soon as he's outside of that element, he's like, no. I need to get back. That's the bubble you're referring to.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what it would take. I don't know what the motivation would be. He's got an excuse every step of the way to just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. But I'm going to find out. There's got to be some motivation somewhere in his life that would get him to do something else. And if he improves his life, if he goes to level 2, I'd be happy too.
I know you would be happy too, but DSP will still think you're a piece of shit. I'm sorry. Like, to DSP, you're public enemy number one, and you didn't really do anything wrong. That's the sad part.
I'd be happy too. I think everyone that's obsessed with the dark side Phil and clipping him and all that, they would like to see Phil outside in the real world in a real interview, like where the interviewer is like right next to him. They would like to see like him going to Walmart or something. Like my vision of a documentary with dark side Phil is to like actually like capture who this guy actually is, because he is playing a character to the max. He's lying through his teeth on his streams. He's saying like, I don't have money to pay this and I don't have money to pay that, but really, obviously he's spending money on gambling and pets and alcohol and also their crazy stuff. I want to get to the real person and understand what is going on here. Is there a mental disorder? Is he actually a scammer? Is he sitting on like, thousands of dollars and people just don't know? I see someone in the chat say touch grass. I would love to see him touch grass.
Right.
Imagine if you had a piece of content of Phil walking into the park talking about his life and his career. That would be amazing.
Too bad it'll never happen.
Let's go, maybe going to the gym, doing some curls or something. That'd be good. Man, that's awesome. With Phil, one of the big things you mentioned, the 50K. We touched on this in the podcast with the Lolcow podcast with Wings, Boogie. I had Boogie on. I didn't actually get a chance to really talk to him about the 50K, but I'm sure he was pissed at the idea that DSP kind of shot the whole thing down. Do you? I don't know. Let's take a step back. Let's go back to this interview thing. Have you actually set up anything with his friends?
Here we go. This is gonna be the answer that I've been looking for.
Or family at this point?
Yes.
Care to elaborate?
I don't want to say more than that. Yes, but
Smart. That is actually smart. You don't want to scare them off, and you don't want to have DSP find out who they are.
Well, actually, I haven't mentioned this yet, but there is a little bit of a moral dilemma going on here. So, Augie RFC, are you familiar with him? He's a streamer.
Mm-mm.
Augie RFC calls me on his stream the other day, and he's like, "Isn't this a little fucked up that you're going to interview his family and friends? Like, isn't that like kind of like doxing?"
No, I don't. I personally don't think so. People reach out to family and friends all the time for interview and comments. Like reporters do it. I don't know. Freedom of press, I guess. He's a public figure. His information's already out there, and you can just. It's kind of a hard thing. Like, yeah, it's a hard situation, I think.
Or intrusive. And I'm like, well, I'm a journalist. If I'm doing a documentary, you got to talk to people that know him. You got to get the story.
Like Keem's right.
And then like, so I'm dealing with this because it's like, I've always wanted to like protect content creators and their privacy, and the idea of like interviewing family members and friends seems so fucking icky to me. And so I've been like trying to figure out, is there another way to do it? Is there another way to capture it without being so intrusive? And at the end of the day, I always come back to, well, I need Phil to play ball. Like I need Phil to sign off and like actually be a part of this film. That is the only way it really works. So yeah, we have contacted some people. We have set up some stuff. We don't have shoot times or anything like that, but we have agreements to put together. I actually have to fly there to sit down with these people. Because I don't want to do any internet stuff if I'm making a film. Like I want to be there, just like
Yeah, you want to be face to face.
The Wings and Boogie thing that I did.
Right, it's a good decision. Can I chime in on that? Because I don't think that there's. So from a journalistic standpoint, right? What you do is you exhaust your resources. You exhaust your resources to tell the best story you could possibly tell in the most objective way you can possibly do it. Right? You've reached out to Phil. Phil doesn't want to be a part of it. So you're going to tell the best story you can tell through the assets that you have. If that's friends, if that's family, if it's the guy at the coffee shop who serves them every Tuesday, then you do that. I don't think there's any moral issue with that personally. I think that as a journalist, if that's the cap that you wear as a journalist cap, I think that is something that's part of the obligation.
Yeah, police do it when they're doing interrogations. Other journalists do it. Um, investigative journalists do it. So why can't Keem do it?
Is to chase the story as best as you can until the story dries up.
100%. You're 100% right. But then there's this other element of like the YouTube community and YouTubers and how they look at that, and they would be like,
Honestly, there are YouTubers that are way too sensitive. Like a lot of YouTubers put themselves. Okay, if you make YouTube content, either you have 1 subscriber or 25 million subscribers. You're putting yourself in the public eye. So, yes, everyone deserves to have a right to their privacy, but there's a small chance where you can get doxxed. You can get doxxed. You get people knocking on your door for interviews on comments and shit like that. Criticism. You're open up for criticism, destructive criticism, or constructive criticism. It's just a part of this culture. Celebrities are the same shit. I'm just saying. Like, if you want to be left alone, then get the fuck off the internet.
that's fucked up. You know, that's too intrusive. Like, I wouldn't want some journalist interviewing my family members or, you know, my significant others and neighbors and shit like that. That's just like crossing a line to them. So it's this like weird thing that I've been juggling for the last couple days, to be honest.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. Well, keep us updated. I'm sure a lot of people are very interested in the idea. And I don't know. Like I said, for me personally, I have a journalistic background. I have this degree and stuff, and I've been in newsrooms. I've seen it, but I don't think there's really that big of an issue. But I understand the perspective from a YouTuber perspective for sure.
I had this this like dream that he would see the Wings Boogie fight and he'd be like, okay, Keem's legit. Maybe I should work with him and do some stuff. But that's not what happened. I started seeing clips where he was like banning anybody that talked about their fight. Like I even had their fighting had nothing to do with DSP, and he was banning people. So it's just it's crazy how off his rocker he really is.
DSP wants no drama, but he's the one causing the drama.
And I don't know how to communicate with him. Like, I have no way to actually have a conversation with him. When he was on your show and me and him were talking back and forth, I was like, this is calm. This is settled. Like, there's no beef anymore. And then he's right back on his show where he's the king and he's in control and he's the only one in control. And he's talking shit about me again. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
Well, I think coming out of that fight, the Wings Boogie fight, and it shows here, like Wings obviously took a step just from a perception standpoint. It's the thing is it's his redemption arc, the Wings of Redemption arc, right? And Boogie has at least owned the idea that he got his shit kicked in, right? And I think that he, it's funny, and he's like, yeah, man, I got my ass kicked. That's fine. And Wings put out a tweet that said, like, really, I may have got beat up, but the biggest loser was DSP here because he's the one who, sat back and
you said Wings, but you meant Boogie. But
yeah, I'm sorry. Yes. I apologize. Yeah, but and then you saw action like this where the money rolled in for Wings the other night on his stream, and
damn,
like,
look at all those fucking
that's
super chats. Holy fuck!
For that success. But speaking of Boogie, you had an interview with him recently, and it was just at the very tail end of the interview, and you talked a lot about mental health. You talked about your retirement. You said you're going to retire, then you came back. You didn't want to hand off Drama Alert because you couldn't find the right person to do it. But I want to dig into this mental health thing. Do you think that it's healthy? Obviously, being a creator online is very, very hard.
Okay.
It's taxing. People don't really realize the amount of hours that go into editing videos and just growing a business from nothing, right? Do you feel that the mental health aspect of creating online is worth it?
I think people are so different. Like, so for a very long time, I didn't understand mental health. Like I didn't get it. I believe that like everyone's sad Everyone's sad from time to time. Everyone's happy. That's normal. You're not depressed. Like, stop being a pussy, you know? So it's taken me a while, and I've dealt with like so many different YouTubers who are suicidal or whatever, and I'm on the phone with them trying to walk them off the ledge. Boogie so many times, and I'm only saying that because he's publicly said it so many times.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the question? Oh,
just
this
about mental
job.
health as a whole, and as a content creator, being in a public spotlight. Once you reach a certain audience, you have a lot of people looking at you, expectations, and it's almost like you have become a celebrity in a very niche audience for a lot of people, and sometimes a larger audience. And there's expectations which can ultimately weigh on your mental health.
Well, there was a time where you could make a mistake and you could fuck up and whatever, you learned from that and everyone forgets it. On the internet, nobody forgets it, right? Like, I'm constantly being hit up with, you called Alex the N-word, or you did this, or you did that. Like, any mistake I've ever made. Wings and Boogie have to deal with the same thing. DSP has to deal with the same thing. Anybody in the spotlight. And I can see how that would, drive somebody to have a lot of mental issues and whatnot. But it's
Yeah,
like,
I can see it too.
at the end of the day, you have to make peace with what you signed up for. Like, you are going on stage and you're tap dancing. The audience has every right to grab tomatoes and throw them at your fucking head.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Yep.
And, a lot of people get real selfish and they're like, woe is me, and this is not right, and this is not fair, and da da da. You signed up for it. You signed up for this. So
he's not wrong. Like,
in a lot of those
you sign
scenarios,
up to
if
be a
people can't
YouTuber.
handle it,
You
they
sign
should
up for
leave.
criticism.
They should leave. They should not be online. But we don't see that, do we?
No.
We see somebody struggling and then they're staying online, and they're still struggling and they're staying on live, and they don't leave.
What are your thoughts on cancel culture?
Oh, that's a
I
tough
hate
one.
it.
Yeah, I hate
I
it too.
hate it. Every time I speak out about cancel culture, it would come back at me like, oh, well, you're the king. You started cancel culture because you run Drama. I run the news. This is what's happening today. This is the controversy today. This is why people are mad at this person for this. But I never like really rallied behind, we need to cancel someone. I mean, there's a few scenarios if it involved like, someone being raped or, pedos online or stuff like that, then I get a little more amped up and I want action taken in some scenarios. But for the most part, I absolutely hate it. I think it's ruined everything.
Yeah.
There was a time on the internet where people just actually said what they thought at all times on Twitter. People would fight back and forth, talk shit. Content creators don't do that anymore. They don't want to lose that $50,000, $20,000 brand deal. So most content creators are walking, talking commercials. They're a fake version of themselves, completely watered down. And that goes against what entertainment is,
He's completely correct.
For us,
He's completely correct. Like, in a lot of YouTubers today, it's just boring. YouTube content, most YouTube content today is just boring, like commercials. Like, I rather watch shit on Netflix, anime now. Like, YouTube used to be my #1 source of entertainment, and it's shifted. So that's how boring it is.
us to have entertainment, think about everything that we know as entertainment. The Marvel movies, Disney movies growing up as a kid. There's always a good guy, a bad guy. There's always a battle. There's always, like, this is fundamental parts of entertainment. And we've been so whitewashed with the cancel culture that it's actually ruined the entire entertainment business.
Do you you mentioned this briefly. You said you're in the news. I kind of want to tie this back into the last two things. Do you feel that Drama Alert or you have contributed to both, people's poor mental health and or cancel culture at all?
Oh, I'm sure. If someone makes a mistake and we cover it, it probably gets more exposure, more views. But at the end of the day, like, these are public things that have happened online, and, someone's got to cover it.
Yeah.
Part of the reason why I started Drumler is because nobody in the news were covering YouTubers. Like, TMZ wasn't covering YouTubers. None of the mainstream media was. And I was like, these guys are getting more views than people on TV. Why are they not being covered like stars? So that's part of the reason why I started it.
Kind of a TMZ style attraction, right? So I have it's funny bringing it back to the DSP thing, kind of owning things. We've talked about. I don't know if you saw Rich from Review Tech has an upcoming shirt of kind of a DSP homage. Have you seen this shirt?
I haven't seen the shirt yet. No.
Okay. Well, let me pull it up. I'll pull it up while I'm telling you more about this. And there is one idea that I had that I would love to pitch off, throw off you a little bit.
Yeah, here we go. More merch ideas.
Phil's I wouldn't say his fans, but a lot of people watch him. Obviously, they're called detractors.
Right.
And I thought it would be very interesting to start the first ever Detractor Con and allow all the detractors to come together and create a convention. And I think it's going to happen. I really do think it's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen because a lot of us just do it as a hobby. And some of us have lives and some of us don't want our lives to be ruined by this. So like a lot of the big ones that don't show their face, that hide their identities, are not going to be part of it. Maybe you get some of the smaller ones that want to do it, but like a lot of us are not going to go fly somewhere in like Austin or wherever he's from and participate in a convention where we talk shit about some dude online. No.
So what are your thoughts? Would you like to be a speaker at DetractorCon?
Absolutely. That sounds awesome.
I think it would be fun.
You know how we could probably get DSP active and into some type of collaboration? Let's set up a video game challenge between like Rich and him where they play some game against each other. Like there's got to be some way to mobilize him. But I guess the biggest problem is like, how do you contact him? How do you actually have a conversation with him? Because the email thing doesn't work anymore. He doesn't respond to any fucking emails.
No.
Like, how do you actually have a conversation with him to set up anything? That was my problem.
Well, tonight, I'm going to send all of our audience over to DSP's channel as a peace offering. I tried it last night, and every single night I will be sending our audience to Phil's channel because he's streaming right now. So we want to send a peace offering over there because we want to open up the lines of communication. And I've made it very clear to Phil that I would love to continue the conversation with that we had, because I think that we barely scratched the surface, when it comes to peeling back that onion. I really think that I could do another 20 hours with the guy and just really dive in. But I said, look, I will do it on your channel. I'll do it on our channel. I'll do it on whatever channel it needs to be on to continue the conversation. Because I do think that it's there. But I do agree with you. I think some sort of gaming convention or gaming competition with and just having him included would be ideal. And
something
put some prize money attached to it or something. I don't know.
Like a Mario Kart.
As soon as Wings and Boogie stepped out of their comfort zone, opportunities started coming at both of them left and right. He's got to do something different. It goes back to the level 1 bullshit. He is doing the same thing over and over again. It's like insanity to watch. Like you have to do something. I mean, these detractors that are in the chat, they know him better than I know. Other than DSP coming on to talk to Craig and Side Scrollers, has DSP ever done a collaboration? Like when was the last time? Like a decade ago?
Yeah.
When has he ever worked with another actual YouTuber, had a conversation with them online, made a piece of content, played a video game with another?
He used to do like Destiny stuff and Apex stuff with other YouTubers, I think, or other people. I don't know if there were YouTubers. Then you had John and Howard. Then you had that Jeremy interview.
The person.
So it was 3 years ago. The interview was with the Quartering, and Jeremy got roasted for it because he didn't really ask the questions that people wanted to know. He kind of went unprepared.
Interesting.
So he did that 3 years ago, and that was kind of the big thing, was that he was going to have the interview with us. But prior to that, I don't know. And I knew Phil from a decade ago when I had Screw Attack forever ago, and he was a community member there, and that's how I first got to know him. We had a convention, and he actually came out and spoke to it. So at some point, Phil was a reasonable dude. He came out to conventions and stuff, and I think he had a panel and all sorts of stuff. But obviously, things.
Yeah,
have
this is
changed.
when he went
So,
outside.
I will
Oh.
try to facilitate that. I mean, like I said, he can even stay at his house. It doesn't need to be an in-person thing. We can do it all online.
I know how to get Phil out of his house.
Oh, here we go.
He's got to be invited to speak at a panel by a reputable like PAX or something.
Surely
Interesting.
you know somebody over there, right?
Yeah.
Of course he does.
Maybe he'll respond to this email. I just gave it away though. I shouldn't have said that publicly.
Listen, I think that he would probably have the most packed panel at the event.
Oh, it'd be
Without a doubt.
insane.
I mean,
I would go just to see Phil.
Could you imagine his team of like mods that are in his channel? They're like all set up like bouncers and they're like just pulling people out of the audience, like banning them in real life.
it's only positive content here, guys. Positive content. None, all you haters get out. Oh, that'd be awesome. Okay, so well, look, you're not gonna have like you can email him, but how about this? How about he has Twitter? Make a pitch,
Twitter.
Make a pitch for him now. Like we'll clip this. We'll put it out there for him. Make the pitch to Phil. It doesn't need to be for the podcast. It can be for whatever you want. It could be for a convention thing. It could be for a gaming event. Just make the pitch and see if you can speak some logic to him.
You want me to do it right now?
Yeah, sure. Go fire ahead.
DSP. I know you see me as your enemy, right? But really, I've just been responding. You talk shit, and then I talk shit back. You do something shitty, and then I do something shitty back. That's not what I want. I actually want to work with you. I've been wanting to work with you. Started with a podcast. Now I'm doing a documentary on you. I want to work with you. I might not do the documentary. I may do it. I don't know. It's kind of up in the air right now. But I want you to get outside of your comfort level like Wings and Boogie did. Wings is having like a huge success, and so is Boogie right now. That could be happening to you in your channel. Wings went live and got $1,000 in donations in the first 5 minutes. You got to step out, right? I'm not bringing up the level thing, but you do have to do something different. So I think you should do a gaming competition. Maybe go to like PAX, run a panel. You have to do some piece of content with other YouTubers outside of your comfort zone, and I will help you do that. Peace offering, Keemstar, DSP.
He's not going to go for it, Keem. Like, just straight up. He's not going to go for it. I'm telling you this right now. He will not go for that. Like, tomorrow on his stream, he's going to be like, oh, Keemstar brought this up again, and he wants me to do a peace offering. Just leave me the fuck alone, Keemstar. I just want to stay here making my content. Blah, blah, blah.
Excellent. We'll make sure to clip that and send it over his way for sure. So let's do a little bit of word association. I always like to do this with folks, and you say whatever you just whatever comes to mind when I bring these folks up. Okay, folks or just people or topics. iDubbbz.
Cuck.
Tell me more.
Well, I mean,
I don't know
what everyone
iDubbbz,
calls him
so.
now, right? That's like his nickname. Do I think he's actually a cuck? No, but that's like kind of his nickname online.
Jake Paul.
What word do I associate with Jake Paul? Fake.
Do you think it's
Okay.
all fake with him? Is he just a big actor the entire time?
I think Jake Paul is one of the greatest promoters and entertainers of our time, and he really is. And I'm not really like into his content like that. Like I'm not like a fan, but the way he sells a fight, right? The way he can constantly get in the news cycle whenever the fuck he wants is brilliant. Jake Paul is fucking brilliant. He's a good
Hassan
actor.
Piker.
Oh, what a bitch. I hate him.
Damn.
He won't fight Sam Hyde. He won't fight Sam Hyde. Like, come on.
Total Biscuit.
Rip.
Call of Duty.
Wings.
It's kind of where you got your start, though, right? Call of Duty.
Yeah.
I thought you got to start in Halo.
Woke culture.
Blue hair.
What are your thoughts on woke culture as a whole? Seems like you I don't know, like what I don't know, fire away. What's your thoughts on just the idea of woke culture?
So I absolutely hate it, like the pronouns and all that stuff. It never makes any sense to me. But then I'll say something like very sensible. Like right now there's a big battle in the community to support trans people and to hate on trans people. And I'm somewhere in the middle. Like I could care less if you're trans or not. It doesn't bother me. But like don't try to like put that onto children, if that makes sense.
Sure.
That's where I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you know, you got some of these trans supporters like trying to get like drugs and stuff to children, and these drag shows that I keep seeing. So like there's a line. But I'm not like necessarily against trans people. Like Chris from Mr. Beast, you know, he was a guy forever, and now he's trans. Could care less. You know, I don't care. But there is this one post that he made on his Instagram where he was putting girl shoes on his son, who's like 8 or something, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah,
Like,
you don't
now,
do
like,
that.
what the fuck is going on over here, right?
No,
Leave the
no, no,
fucking
no, no,
kids out
no.
of it.
You don't do that.
But yeah, I hate all this woke stuff. It's stupid and it's all backfiring. Guys like Sneeko, Andrew Tate, and like Leafy's back, and a bunch of edgelords and whatnot. They're the kings of the internet right now because people are just fed up with this stupid shit. Elon Musk taking over Twitter, really, that was the end of the woke shit. It's dying, and it's dying fast. I'm seeing it die real fast in the culture.
You mentioned kind of piggybacking on the Twitter thing. You said earlier tonight you tweeted Twitter's the best social media platform. Some people say it's dying. Why do you think it's the best?
I don't know who's saying it's dying. Twitter has always been the best social media platform, in my opinion. Even when it was super woke and they were shadow banning, it was still better than any other platform because that's where everything's happening, you know, and it's happening so fast. If you think about YouTube in the old days, everyone would upload like, I don't know, like a 7-minute video, 10-minute video, maybe. And, you know, you would get home from work or home from school or whatever, and you would watch like, I don't know, 10, maybe even 20 different YouTubers in a single day. You can't really do that now because like everyone's uploading 30-minute videos, 20-minute videos. They're trying to get that watch time in. But on Twitter, you can see a lot of stuff happening real fast.
And I think
you
now
can,
it's just
you know,
shorts on TikTok.
Follow, you know, conversations back and forth where it's just no other platform really has that. Like think about Instagram, right? Like you're going to look at someone's comment and like, it just doesn't work the same way as Twitter. And all the breaking news, most of the time, you don't have to watch the news. If you're on Twitter for a good portion of the day, 2 or 3 hours a day, you don't actually have to watch the news because if there's any news, it's trending. You already see it on Twitter before anyone, especially if you're following the right accounts. So I think Twitter will always be the best social media platform.
You've been, and I don't disagree. I think Twitter is shit, but it's awesome, right?
Yeah.
It's the worst. It's like, you know, it's the most cancerous social media platform ever, but it's amazing, you know, in the best way possible.
It's probably the easiest way to contact someone too.
Yeah,
True.
DMs, not email, right?
Let's go back to DSP. Like if I need to talk to anyone, I just DM them on Twitter and I'm talking to them right away. It's like so easy to get a hold of anyone. But
you've been pretty critical of like the changes that YouTube's made. You talked about how it's all algorithmically based now, and it's really hard for people to be discovered, and it's all cookie cutter shit when it comes to content on YouTube. What would you do to fix YouTube?
the recommended stuff is absolute garbage. You know, when I go onto YouTube, I'm being thrown so many different recommended videos. I'm only interested in a few of those, but it's all the topics that I'm interested in, like documentaries, history type stuff. that I'm going to click on them and I'm not going to check who I'm sub to and see if they upload it, right? So YouTube basically has created a huge disconnect between the viewer and the content creator. It used to be back in the day, you'd sub to someone, you'd get on YouTube, you'd see the new videos, you'd watch those, subscriber fan directly connected to YouTuber. Then they put the whole like, you got to turn notifications on. Then they added the bell. Then you got to select always. Like they put all these.
Yeah, they keep creating a barrier. Like if I just subscribed to That Being Said today. That's the last channel I subscribed to. I had to subscribe, click the notification bell, then set it to always. And now I have to regularly watch them, or they're gonna take them out of my recommendations.
Barriers so YouTube can control what you, the viewer, are watching. Now they have all this, brand friendly stuff loaded with ads, and you jump on YouTube and it's just thrown at you. Watch this. This is what we want you to watch. We don't want you to be connected with an individual YouTuber. We want you to watch this. So it's ruined the whole thing. It's ruined the whole community aspect of YouTube. Yeah, I mean, do you see these YouTubers complaining all the time on Twitter that like 70% of their viewers aren't even subscribed?
Oh yeah, all the time. Yeah,
It's
it's
like-
nonstop.
Like, what is this? Like, remember when you used to like go to YouTube and you were like a fucking fan of someone? You were like a legitimate fan. Now it's just like, oh, I seen one of his videos before. You're not a fan of that person like you used to be. They ruined the whole the whole concept of what YouTube is supposed to be. And to be honest,
To tell you something, I don't even go to the recommendation side of YouTubers. I just say in subscriptions. Fuck that.
the companies are beating the small guys. Like I still edit my videos, right? I still record my own videos. And I think part of the reason why I never got an editor and I never did that is because I'm a YouTuber. I'm supposed to edit it myself. Like that's the way it's supposed to be. And we've really lost that. So how do you fix it? I don't know. You have to be a mathematician now. You have to have a certain color and you have to run all these tests and get all the data points and study the analytics. Like some of these big YouTube channels, they have a guy hired to literally study the analytics and
Right.
run different types of tests on thumbnails and which is the best color. It's like, it's not fun. You used to win on the platform for uploading entertaining content. You don't anymore. You're fighting against robots.
I remember when you would upload something and it would take the thumbnail automatically from the middle frame, the center of the video. Do you remember that?
Yep,
I think it
yep.
still does that.
People would put like one frame of a girl in a bikini about a video about changing tires or something. It was
Right.
awesome.
Another thing that YouTube had back in the day, which was so awesome, is you could reply. You could upload a video and reply to someone else's
Yes.
video. So you'd have the main video, which was a controversial topic, like someone's talking about something controversial.
Yes,
And
the
then you'd have
video
all these
responses. I remember
replies
this.
of like opinions and counter opinions, and it was fucking awesome. They got rid of that. It's like anything that made us a community, anything that forced us to collaborate, anything that like brought us together has been taken away. So to fix YouTube, I would go back to the basics, go back to what worked in the past. But at the end of the day, they're a company. They're looking at the bottom line. They're trying to, boost revenue as much as they possibly fucking can. And they think this is the best way. It is the best way in the short term, not the long term. Now we're seeing other platforms pop off like TikTok and, we got Rumble that's doing really well right now. So in the long run, I don't think YouTube will be king.
What do you think about Rumble?
I love it. I absolutely love it.
I never
I
been
met
on Rumble. I should probably
the,
create an account.
I went to a hockey game with the CEO and just like talking about like their whole philosophy, everything over there. Cause I was worried that it was like an alt-right platform.
Mhm.
It's not. That's
Right.
not it at all. And there's a lot of left-leaning people over there. And it's just like you can say whatever you want. Like Leafy is here, got banned on YouTube. He got a Rumble deal. He's over there, and he is saying some fucking wild shit. Like if you go to Leafy's Rumble streams and channels over there, Like he has brought the year 2016 back like in a big fucking way. And yeah, they support free speech.
Speaking of Rumble, a big deal they had recently was with Louder with Crowder. Are you familiar with Louder with Crowder? What are
Yeah.
your thoughts on him and his whole situation? He had the deal set up with Daily Wire. He leaked it all. Now he's got his deal with Rumble, and he's had his drama with his wife and his divorce and all that stuff. What are your thoughts on Louder with Crowder as a whole?
People, when they think of like the top streamers and the biggest grossers, they're like thinking about Kai, who's the #1 Twitch streamer, or Speed, who's the #1 YouTube streamer. The #1 streamer as far as making money is Louder with Crowder. That guy is making stupid money. So when there was this like little argument back and forth over like $100 million or whatever it was, right? Everyone was saying, well, he doesn't even deserve that. Do you know how much money Mug Club makes? Do you know how much money Crowder actually makes right now? Like you guys are fucking lost. Like this is the #1 grossing streamer, content creator in the fucking world. You don't know it, but I do. So he's very valuable. I think the whole thing with the wife is like, it's, you know, everyone wants to jump on that, like, oh, how could you talk shit to your wife and da da da. The truth is, most people have arguments with their significant other, and it usually gets ugly.
Yeah.
And they say fucking horrible shit that they regret later, and they apologize and they make up, or they might break up or whatever. And normally those arguments that are happening there's no fucking, you know, camera recording them. I think it's unfortunate. I think, yeah, he was wrong in what he said. But at the end of the day, I think most people have some experiences similar to that.
So, who's the next Crowder? You got your ear to the ground. And you got a good sense of who's up and coming. Like who's the next Crowder? Not doesn't need to be conservative or left leaning. Just creator as a whole. Who's the next sure money fire prospect coming up the line?
I think once these charges get dropped on Andrew Tate, I think he's going to do some scary, scary numbers. I think he's going to really push this thing forward. But as far as like up and coming people getting into that top spot, I have no idea. There's so many potential people that can rise to the occasion.
It all depends if the platforms even want Andrew Tate back, if the charges get dropped too. Like, I don't know. We'll see. Like, any mention of stuff like that could lead to like platform just canceling you. I guess we'll see what happens.
I'm looking in the chat real quick, and they mentioned one of DSP's biggest fans is in the chat. One of his biggest. Sorry, I just totally off topic, but I just staring at the chat. Do you have a message for Derek, one of his biggest fans?
I do want to talk to Derek. I do desperately want to talk to Derek. A lot of questionable stuff that you put on social media. You don't have to talk to me, but I will. I will be talking about you no matter what.
Yeah.
Okay. So just look out. Look out for I guess the best question is, Derek, do me a favor. You can email me, or you can, and I will, or whatever, and I'll make sure to get a hold of Keem for you if you don't feel comfortable leaving your stuff. So I will facilitate that, because I would love to see that conversation.
I would love to see an interview with
so we only got a couple
Derek
minutes. I don't
and
want to take
Keem.
any more of your time than we have to, but I genuinely appreciate you popping in. What I don't know, what's next? Where are you in 1 year? Where are you in 5 years? I ask everybody this. What does this look like for you? You were going to retire. You didn't retire. You're back at it. So what's next?
Well, I started off my career doing trolling in video games. And of course, there were some troll videos that existed online, but there wasn't a YouTube channel dedicated to it. So we kind of like created a new genre on the YouTube platform that I'm really proud of. But if you go back and watch those videos, then I stopped being proud because I'm saying some pretty fucked up shit. But
canceled.
But I'm proud of like starting a whole genre.
Well, you can put this on
YouTube.
Rumble.
And then when I did the drama alert thing, that started. I was the first drama channel. They call it drama channels. I was the first one to do that in our space. And now I run Happy Punch, which represents fighters. It's like when you think of like the esport orgs, right, where they have all their gamers or whatever. That's what Happy Punch kind of is for this influencer boxing scene, and that's the first of its kind. And we might strike a major deal here in the next couple weeks. So I think I'm going to be doing influencer boxing. That's going to be my main focus for probably the next 5 years. But during that time, I'm always going to have side projects. I tell every person, if you're satisfied with just having a job, you're looking at life the wrong way. Because yeah, of course you need a job. You need a job, but you always have to have a side hustle. Always.
Yeah.
There's always got to be 2 or 3 other things that you are doing to bring in income, to try to make it big. So you don't have to do the job, right? So you can do this thing. So that's something I preach and that I always practice. I'm always trying to do little side things, and I don't know what they are, but I know I want to do documentaries. I really, really do. The Wings and Boogie thing, I had limited time. I had to get that up as fast as possible. I think it came out good, but it's not a masterpiece by any means.
It could have been better, but he still did
you
it.
Slice it? Did you edit it?
Oh yeah, I edited the whole thing. Recorded it, whatnot. I think it was all right, but I want to make movies, and I want DSP to be the goddamn star, and I want Derek to have a cameo, and I want to get to the bottom of this goddamn thing.
I love it. That's great. I just out of curiosity, did you have any cameras following Boogie and Wings around as they were getting going and documenting any of that?
No, I had limited time. I mean, I filmed them when I was at their house, but I didn't have people following them around. No.
Yeah, that behind the scenes stuff, it's pretty valuable.
A lot of people want like another documentary on Wings and Boogie, like since the fight and leading up to the fight. And I might do something along those lines because there is a lot of footage like in the locker rooms and exit interviews. Like the whole idea that the fucking PKA Reddit is now Wings fans and they're like against Kyle, like that is mind blowing to me. Like there was this moment, there was a lot of moments where I was really worried that one of them was going to die. All right, and it's a serious thing. I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, no shit.
Like during the fight.
During the fight,
yeah,
100%. When you're 400 fucking pounds, all right, you can have a heart attack. It's not safe. And I was so fucking worried, and I haven't talked to God in a long time. But right as I was about to head over to the arena, I got down and I talked to God. I said, please don't let them die. Just don't let them fucking die. I forgot the original question. I just go on these rants, but yeah.
Well, listen, I think the fight, look, it could have gone in a lot of different directions, right?
Yeah.
It could have been someone could have dropped dead. Boogie could have been. I thought Boogie's jaw was going to get broken. If I'm being totally honest with you, because in his fight training videos, his hands were down, and I saw blows being thrown by Wings, which is exactly what happened. But I think ultimately it turned out to be truly best case scenario. Everyone walked out. Everyone's been lifted up. Wings is making money. Boogie's feeling great about himself. They're both feeling lifted up on the internet. They're both riding a high. I think.
And everyone got paid.
Did you hear how nervous I was on commentary? I'm like, the ref made the right call when he stopped it. I'm like, the ref made the right call. He made the right call because Boogie's just taking them and Wings is going. I'm like, oh fuck, dude. Wings is about to kill this man.
Did you hear that? Did you watch the pre-fight interview that they did?
I don't think so. No.
So before they went out, the guy in the back was talking to Wings and Boogie, and he's like, "How's it going?" And Wings is like, "Oh man, I'm super excited. I'm gonna beat his ass. I've lost 40 pounds. I'm doing good." And he goes to Boogie and he said, "Boogie, how's training been going?" He goes, "Well, it's been slow going, and it was like." At that point, it's like we're gonna see someone die in the ring tonight. Like someone's gonna die.
I'm glad I didn't see that because I was being lied to. Boogie's telling me I'm gonna beat him and and I'm putting all this work in.
Well, it's the old Mike Tyson saying that everyone's got a plan until they get punched in the face or punched in the mouth. And
Yeah, and
Yeah,
Boogie
punch
got
face.
punched in
I
the
just
face.
rewatched the fight for the first time tonight, and I got like emotional. I was like, I fucking did this. They did this. Like, holy fuck. Because it's like, that was the whole point of this whole thing. Like, it could never happen. It's so impossible. And we did it. We fucking did it. I'm so happy. And we're going to do it again. Rich and the quartering. I'm going to get the gun guys in there. If anybody wants to box, especially DSP, I will change your fucking life. Your life will be amazing. It will be good. Come box. Come box. Hit me up.
I have one other thing that I got to bring up, and this is goddamn it. Who? Okay.
I want to
What
box.
was up with
Fuck.
the national anthem?
So Steve will do it. He's a part of Nelk. Huge, massive celebrity, right? He was originally going to do it, and he started practicing, and then he realized he couldn't sing. So I'm like, fuck, I need a big name to do this, right? And so I put out a tweet saying that Steve was out and I need someone. And Gideon is just blowing up my phone. He's like, give it to me. Give it to me. I'm like, all right, you can have it. Gideon's massive too. Like, he gets like 4 million views a video. I go, you can have it, but like, there's no backing down. You have to do it. And dude, he had a singing coach. And like a couple days before, he was getting nervous, but he promised me he wouldn't back out. And he went for it. It happened. It was a thing. It was pretty shocking to see the UK audience that was there booing somebody singing the national anthem, the American national anthem. Like, it was fucking wild. I thought he ended strong, though. He ended pretty strong.
Well, you know. Well, hey, I'm going to tell you this right now. If at all possible, I want to be the ring announcer. Not commentary. I want to be the ring announcer for your prelims fight in London. I would love to do that. My God, that's what.
Can you give me a sample of bringing out Review Tech USA and the quartering?
Sure, absolutely. Making his way to the ring at 350 pounds, it's Rich from Review Tech USA. In the blue corner, a svelte 6'4", 285 pounds. What's his name? Jeremy what?
Jeremy the quartering.
Okay. It's Jeremy
Hebling.
I hate when people do the long thing. Yeah. Jeremy from the quartering.
You got to do the long thing on like the last thing. The quartering.
The quartering.
You know, so I'm trying to get their fight. Well, let me talk about this. So there's a scenario where Tommy Fury would be fighting KSI. All right. That is going to be a record-breaking pay-per-view. That is going to be very, very big. But Tommy Fury is banned from the United States. So it is going to happen in England. And that's the biggest fight. That's the one that I'm thinking Rich and the quartering would be on. But everyone wants those two to fight in America. So there is another card. It's sooner and it's in America. And I'm thinking about putting them on that one, but both of them want longer time for training. So it's like a juggling act. And I already have a UK ring announcer, but if it happens in America, maybe.
Listen, so you're telling me there's a chance. Look, done it before. I can do it again. It's been, look, I love it.
Wait,
love
you
the
actually ring announced before?
I was PA announcer for the NBA, one of their development league. Yeah.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
Man, it's what I did. been a while, but I could dust off the pipes for you.
Well, you know Rich, and if you know the quartering, it might work. It might play out.
Yeah, I would love to do it. I got dibs. Call dibs for sure.
Jeremy Hembley.
Here's another offer.
Hembley.
All right. I will give you ringside tickets. All right. The best tickets in the house. These tickets are like $5,000 tickets. I will give them to you if you just come and witness a boxing match.
Where's this boxing match looking to be?
Don't know yet. Don't know yet.
Well, if you make it up in Seattle, could be just a little hop and a stroll, I believe. I think
the problem is a lot of these regions have like really hard commissions, and they'll never sanction like the quartering and Rich. So you got to go to like Tampa, Florida. It's friendly. a few other places. Vegas is like kind of hard. It's different rules no matter where you go and where you have the event. My dream is to have YouTubers fight in Madison Square Garden, but New York State is the hardest commission. It's like impossible. So it's probably never going to happen.
Well, a boy can dream, huh? A
Yep.
boy can dream. Well, look, man, I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you spending an hour with me. I appreciate you spending an hour with everybody. Good luck with Happy Punch. I look forward to talking with you again. And I don't know, man. What do you want to say before we get out of here?
He didn't say anything about the podcast.
Go check out Happy Punch. We just had like a record numbers over on Twitter. Follow them or on Instagram. I'm going to be doing more prelims. I'm going to involve more people from the internet. And thanks for having me. Thanks for the support. Tell DSP that I am not his enemy. Thanks, guys.
Nobody is his enemy. Hey, appreciate you, Keem. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, only DSP
All
is his own enemy.
Hey, excellent stuff. Let's get to some super chats, guys. Thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to chat with Keem tonight. You guys have been great in the chat, been keeping an eye on it as we've gone along. Genuinely appreciate you guys for sticking and hanging out. Hopefully, I got to all the questions you guys wanted to hear. If I didn't, sorry, I did my best, and that's pretty much all I can ask. So I'm going to read off some of these real quick. KB became a member for 2 months. Thank you so much. Hey, Craig, did DSP ban you last night? No. Shout out to Tractor Dave, super crazy. Dark Days Mirror, Snort Hogan, and Hate Army. Big ups. Thank you so much, KB. Chambers, thanks so much for being a member.
Let's see who else is on.
Dag Oov Balls. Thank you so much for your prime
Ice
sub
is
over
still
on
on.
Twitch.
Rich is
Greatly
on.
appreciate
Duty's
that. Lord
on.
Rush came in with the 50.
Let's see what Rich is up to.
Toughest life ever.
Oh,
You're
okay.
dead? You're not dead.
He's playing Dead Island. This is what the game looks like. Oh, okay. Oh, the game's actually performing pretty decent.
No, I'm playing on normal.
Oh, okay.
Why did I do that?
We'll see what Ice is up to. He's probably still streaming Resident Evil. Oh, he's off. Oh, okay. Never mind. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. I'm going to head out, probably watch some more anime so I could get prepared for a Friday night stream. And Friday night stream is going to be Fast X. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. We got more ELW going on.
Watch it together. There we go.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's do this.
Okay, hold on.
Beetlejuice out here rocking his traditional blackface get up. Don't ask me why, but you know that Beetle.
Is this the unlisted link? Okay, good.
All right, I'm gonna mute my side. You can keep your volume on. So.
Okay. I'll add all
So we got
these.
ELW going on right now.
Oh.
I don't think they're paying attention to the chat.
And I want to thank everybody for joining us here at the ELW Waffle House Arena. Make sure you
The
tip.
only arena that matters.
Make sure you tip your Waffle House waitress.
Oh, we got Cyrex going on.
Or Wendy will Perry that ass.
Oh god, now Wendy. I can't wait for this. I'm glad I can catch a
You might
ELW
want to. You might
dunk on another.
you might want to bump it up to speed. Hold on, let me get you up to speed real quick, Miles.
Oh, you can mess. Yeah, go ahead. You can mess around with all of that. It's all up to you. You can mess around with all of that stuff.
What up, Marin? How's it going? You missed the DSP and you missed the DSP stuff. I restreamed Keem's interview with Craig. I did my movie stuff. I was gonna get off, but I found out ELW's on, so might as well watch a little bit of this.
Oh, and these two.
So who do we have in the ring right now?
We have Superhuman, Cyrax, and Beetlejuice getting it on.
I know nothing about that superhuman, so hopefully I did see a little bit of him.
Like I said,
Yeah, he's arrived.
He's an internet phenomenon in the wrestling community. He loves to dedicate it to all the juggalos and juggalettes out there in the streets. He likes to dive his body onto unspeakable things: cactuses, toasters, barbed wire, Legos.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I need to start playing Zelda again. I'm still stuck on the first island.
Oh Lord.
Like I'm stuck on the first island because like there's this shrine that I need to get to. I think you need a boat for, and I haven't found all the resources I need to make a boat. So oh, okay, so punched out.
Basically good. There, let me turn you
But
up
these
there.
these three men are in the locale league, so every win counts for these men. They want to get one step closer to that cowhide in the king, Cobra.
Oh, I can't wait for it. I can't wait
So
to see.
so chat. I don't know what's going on in the ALW right now because I'm not really following. So
Cyrax out of the ring like a bag of trash. Kind of fitted for Cyrax though, if you don't say, right, Miles?
I'm kind of. I'm saying Cyrax. He looked like he's a scrappy dude, but he did get laid out. So I don't know. I think his street cred kind of went down a little bit.
are you gonna play Zelda?
Cyrax takes, he should have a bit of endurance. He could take a hit, you know.
One can only hope.
And now showing off a little bit of fancy footwork, but oh, eats a face buster from Superhuman. And now going
Well,
for
I'll tell you
Beetlejuice.
this. I'm not looking forward to the local championship match because of Derek. Derek single-handedly ruined that match.
Well,
Just
What did
by
Derek
being
do?
involved. I hope he doesn't win.
I believe in King Cobra, and he's
So
just showing
Marin, apparently Derek was in Craig's chat
wrestling tomorrow night on Rage Quit.
and
Oh, he's gonna be on the Rage Quiz.
Yes,
Yeah.
the local champion.
Keems was like, Derek, I want to talk to you.
In fact, Cobra demanded that he had a match for Rage Quit because he said he wants to warm up for Darish.
Fucking Darish. And if he wins, he's going to be given that title to DSP. Is that even allowed?
Technically, it's not, but
1, 2. Oh,
Derek
punch,
says
kicked out.
that he's under the United States of Phil, and he says he can do what he wants.
Ah, fucking United States of Phil.
Oh, nice. Oh, not nice.
That made up plays. What, everyone on level 1? Oh, look at Cyrax. Jesus.
Look at these locals. I mean, I'm telling you, Miles, they really want to put on an
They
impressive
really
show
want
for the
that 5
commissioner.
wins. DSP, he really wants a 10 win.
Plus, everyone heard about Keemstar wanting to start a local podcast, and they're thinking maybe they can audition to get a spot
Yeah,
at the table.
Now that DSP messed up his chances, that leaves an open spot.
And then a scumdog millionaire from Cyrax.
Scumdog
1,
million.
2.
You love
Oh,
this.
damn.
Oh, we almost had it.
By the way, this is a 3-way dance, so this is an elimination style match right here, Rod.
I see a sign in the attendance saying heel Mike booted up. We're not bringing kick activities here. This is a wrestling promotion, damn it.
Listen,
But when are we gonna sign Action Man and heel Mike? We need
some
to
of our
end this
scouts went out there to take a look at Action Man. They came back with no Riz, so they was like, maybe next time. Good luck in your future endeavors.
feud. Oh, one day we'll get the guy. What about? Oh, look at this.
They said Action Man. They said heel Mike's pretty good. But he needs to check his blind spots because his women get scooped up by random strangers at karaoke bars. And get dome jobs in the back of a bar. Plus, some of the committees saw Action Man sniffing that girl's seat, and they was just like, pass.
Allegedly.
No alleged. I saw the tapes. Stone cold evidence.
Oh, we got a bat. We got a bat in play.
Signature weapon of ELW, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and
Oh my
Beetlejuice
God.
putting it to good use with Cyrax with the tilt-a-whirl head scissors.
You give Beetlejuice a weapon that's deadly.
1,
What was that?
2. Oh,
It
damn.
didn't matter.
That might have scrambled a bit of Beetlejuice's pinhead brain. I don't know how much he's got left in the tank. But Superhuman showing that endurance and busted Cyrax open with that elbow. What's Cyrax gonna do here?
We got some blood, and this is our opening match. Let's go.
Puts him in a choke, and Beetlejuice just watching. Smart move from Beetlejuice. No need to get interfere. This is a three-way dance. Conserve that energy. Oh, but Superhuman with a nice reversal out of the hole. But Beetlejuice coming in with the left and rights. Showing him why he's bad as can. Oh my goodness. But then,
wait, what? Yo, he took him to Suplex City. I didn't see that out of fucking Cyrax.
Going for the pin.
Oh, he got the pin.
Beetlejuice is eliminated.
Oh, there goes Beetlejuice.
Cyrax
My favorite for this match just got eliminated. Unbelievable.
Well, Cyrax
When is
still
Super
got
Beetle gonna get out this funk?
Who knows, Miles? Maybe some of that mojo that was in the old Federation didn't come with him here to ELW. He's definitely got to have to find a way to get his groove back.
No, I can see Cyrax pulling through. Can you imagine the two, Cobra and Cyrax? We wouldn't be able to contain these two in a building.
My God, it's almost the sound of the apocalypse if that happens, Miles.
Did you hear that clunk as he hit him with the bat?
Well, you know, his head is pretty hollow, so yes, it's going to make that kind of sound. But he's getting pumped up, man. He's feeling that.
Who do you think's gonna win, Cyrax or the other dude?
He getting that groove back.
The plancha out of the ring, throwing his bony body into just reckless abandonment. And now, once again, going for that guillotine choke on Superhuman, trying to cut off the oxygen. My God, look at these locals, man. They have no scruples, Miles. They'll do whatever it takes to win.
Hey, they need 10 wins.
No, it's only DSP. They need 5.
Yeah, 5. DSP got the long road.
He's got the 10-year plan.
Oh my God! It looks like he barely clipped him, but he walked into a moonsault.
Oh, nice strike. Drop kick from Cyrax. What's he gonna do here? Oh,
whatever he's gonna do, it
he's
ain't
getting
gonna
a weapon. Nope, he decides to ditch the weapon, and we're going for the high rep district. What are we doing here? Now he's pointing at someone in the crowd. I don't know who he's talking to. Maybe his grandma. And the top Hurricane Rana, and he's cradled him up for the pin.
1, 2, 3, and he's down.
Oh my God, Cyrax with his first official win here in ELW. What? My God.
The first one.
Look. Oh.
I like the music that Cyrax has. He's very into rap. I see. I know he says a lot of favorable words towards black people, so hopefully we don't give him a live mic. I mean, disfavorable words.
All racism aside, Miles, did you just see the dominance that Cyrax just demonstrated? Took out both
He
men.
channeled some of that hate. Yeah, look at him. Oh my God.
Now he's
Get
got
the pipe away. Yo, get this man out the ring. The referee's scared. He's scared Frozen. He can't even get in there.
Is that a Demon Slayer shirt? It kind of looked like a Demon Slayer shirt.
That's the first match of the night, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, so this just started. Oh, okay.
Oh man, there's plenty more to come.
Banger after banger after banger.
On that road to hobos and dogs. I want to imprint it in your minds, ladies and gentlemen.
Hobos,
and dogs.
dogs.
June 3rd.
Hobos, dogs.
Oh wow, it's June 3rd. Am I off that
Now
day?
we got some ladies action tonight.
Ooh,
We got
ladies
your
action.
Favorite transgender political YouTube activist Blair White taking on the newest member of the ELW roster and a Waffle House employee, Waffle House Wendy. Let's get
Okay, I'm aware of the one on the right, but I don't know who this Blair White is.
Blair
You have
White
any
is a
backstory on her?
popular YouTube streamer with over 1 million subscribers. She mostly is. She is
Damn
a
it, it's on a
transgender, so
Saturday.
yes,
I work
she
that
is
day.
the first transgender woman to compete in ELW. So we're breaking new grounds here every day.
Breaking all the strides.
She is like a political commentator and analyst. You might have seen her on a lot of popular streams. She once totally eviscerated Onision for being a pedo.
Oh, I didn't know all of that.
She's all
Jesus.
for trans rights. And she is herself a transgender streamer. She has a big
Well,
following on the YouTube scene, Miles.
hopefully
Definitely in
that
the
big-
political spectrum and in the fashion world as well.
Well, look at this. I guess that's sponsorship. She must have saw the Raina Pokemon match and wanted to get a taste of it for herself.
Yeah, she got a
Taste
little bit
the
of that
competition.
Botox, you know, the reconstructive surgery. Sometimes you got to let it heal up a little bit first. But she wasn't waiting to heal up because she said she's got to get herself in the ring.
Oh God, hopefully she doesn't use any chairs against this woman because she is immune to all chairs.
That's right. Waffle House Wendy, a local attendant here in the arena. She's here to serve you a hot cup of joe and a knuckle sandwich to boot.
I've actually there was a YouTuber that I watched that was made a Waffle House sketch, and they showed her footage as the sketch was what Waffle House employees like interviews, and yeah, can you parry a chair? That was one of the questions.
Well, we all know Waffle
If
House
you don't
Wendy.
know, it's Killer KTV, a fantastic YouTuber. Maybe he might stop by here. Hopefully, we can get big enough.
We all know Waffle House Wendy's really proficient in parries, so she's got no
Here we
problem
go.
there, Miles. And here these two
But
ladies
we
get it
all-
on, and
look at this.
already Waffle House Wendy,
Oh, there it goes.
beautiful Russian leg sweep.
Can you tell us what type of training regimen does it take to work at a Waffle House?
Oh, it takes constant visual of your surroundings. You got to keep your head on a swivel, Miles, because any moment, plate, a cup, a chair can come flying your way. You got to be ready. So, like, when you join the Waffle House crew, it's almost like joining a fraternity or a brotherhood, somewhat like a ninja clan, because you got to have those skills of, you know, being quick on your feet. And look at Blair White. Oh, with the devastating suplex on the apron. That Blair White.
She paralyzed her.
She's showing off that pre-op power she's got there. No more tea for her, but she's all lady now.
And going after the leg.
That's right. If you can't stand Miles, you can't parry. Look at that power from Blair White. Just brushing her off.
Ah, there's has to be chairs in this match. I'm usually off Tuesdays and
A
Wednesdays.
vicious flatliner on the outside.
I have a set schedule.
Now this match is under Waffle House rules, which means if you
What does that mean?
That means if you get the 10 count, that means the police will be showing up to break up this fight. So you got to
Oh,
get it back
God.
in the ring.
Well, good. Hopefully, got with two names in here, so we don't have to worry about anyone snitching.
And now with the beautiful choke from Blair White, but Waffle House Wendy's having none of that.
Oh, don't worry. He's probably watching Heel Mike right now.
With the big main event coming, the Hobos and Dogs, Ice Spice and Raina for the title. Every woman here is jockeying for position to be next in line to get a title shot.
You don't get many opportunities to be the first ever champion, so you can't let that opportunity slip.
Right on
Oh.
that, Miles. And like I said, every fight counts here for these women, so they got to make the best of it. Cause like
How
I
did you
said,
get lucky and get those 3
once
days
that
off?
champion's crowned at Hobos and Dogs,
But I guess, well, you don't work
wins
full time.
whoever thinks
Also,
they
so that's the
are
unlucky
ones
part.
Who deserve to be next in place for a title
Men,
shot.
women, locals. The opportunity is big for
Oh.
everyone. Wins are
And now
the only
Waffle
thing that
House
matters.
Wendy showing her scoop techniques. My God, look at the power. Look at the scoop. And now
You
the
know what?
pin.
As she was scooping her, I think I heard her say, "This is for guy with two names." Well, guy with two names, you're about to get scooped by a strong woman if you don't watch your back.
And again with that nice hip toss scoop with the elbow. Waffle House Wendy showing that she is more than just your ordinary waitress. But Blair White also showing that she's more than just a pretty face and a streamer with a penis.
Damn it. Fucking stream. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday off. Usually 2 days off is full time, but I guess more and more people are doing 3 days off as full time. Uh-huh. Well, shit. There goes that. So I do have internet, so it's not me, it's the stream. Oh, there it goes.
I'll direct you to here.
This dude's getting rejected on,
In 13
on
minutes.
the Monkey app.
Dude, why you still watching them?
This is my locale.
Oh my god.
Oh no. No. Damn, son. All right, guys. I'm done for today. Thank you guys for showing up. I guess their stream is down. I'm probably gonna play some Zelda, probably watch some anime, and masturbate on stream. My burst will be on May 17th. And thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Marin, for being in the chat. I know it was getting good. I know you wanted Blair White to win. But I wanted Wendy to win because, you know, no one could parry a chair quite like her. Yeah. I am off to anime and gaming.